Hello, Charkie.
Hey, Cass.
Hello to all the toys in the audience watching right now. Welcome to the Painful Paintball stream, in which we play every paintball game ever made. More or less, give or take. We're at least going to mention every paintball game ever made. Because there's not that many paintball games. At least there weren't up to a point. I think with like the advent of Steam, I think we're probably missing like a few like Quake mods or Unreal Tournament mods or stuff like that. But like I'm talking like properly released paintball video game paraphernalia. Magic Mail's in the chat saying all four of them. You wish. There were a bunch I had to sort through to get this stream put together.
Listen, you say all four of them. Have you ever been to the electronics section of a Walmart?
Yeah, no kidding. That's where so many of these games lived, died on the vine. But we'll get into those when we get into those. Before we get into the games, and before we get into what I've prepared, a brief history of paintball the sport, because of course I was going to do some stupid shit like that. I mean, it's a Bad Game Hall of Fame stream. You always got to open with an uninterrupted 5 to 20 minute block of just history before we get into any games. But before we even get into that, Charkie,
Yes.
have you ever played paintball before?
I have not. When I was a kid, my parents were like, "You're never going to play paintball." We have talked to so many people who have played paintball, and they get so injured and so hurt. And I was like, in my head, I was like, "You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to play paintball," but there's no paintball near me. So no, I never played paintball.
I have not either. I have not airsofted. I've done laser tag. I've played with Nerf guns and water guns.
Ella did laser tag, yeah.
Oh, of course. Have you ever watched... Okay, this is complete non sequitur, but there's a video. There are probably multiple videos, but there's one I always go back to. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it is competitive like laser tag tournament, and it's like these one-on-one duels where it's just two dudes, two very schlubby looking dudes. I mean, God bless them, but it's like standing right next to each other and point blank shooting and jumping around. It's so good. I wish I knew the exact title of that video.
Tangential, but when I was a kid, I thought it would be the coolest thing to work at a laser tag place, right? And be like the one guy who was on the third team, the white team, the secret team, who would like go in there in the middle of the match. Yeah, the middle of the match, and like one person would go in there and just get everybody, and everyone's like, "Oh, we can't get him. He's too good at laser tag." And I wanted to be that person.
Dreams. You should have made that dream a reality. Would have been better than this gig, I tell you what. Hey, boy, howdy. Magic Meow saying there's a lot of YouTube videos of people cheating at paintball and getting the fights. It's mostly airsoft, I'll have you know. And by the way, I have had like these rabbit holes where I've just watched hundreds of like airsoft videos where it's people getting mad at each other, getting mad about airsoft. Like, there's a part of me that knows that if I were to play an airsoft or a paintball, I'd be gone. I'd be done. You wouldn't see me online anymore. I would just become one of those people who lives, breathes, ingests paintball or airsoft, which is probably not great for the digestive tract, if I'm thinking about it. But
be covered in welts all the time.
Goddamn right. That's the way to live. But before we go too deep down, we gotta save some stuff to talk about for when we're playing the actual games, and we don't have anything to talk about while the games are being played. Let's do a brief history of paintball, the sport, and paintball guns. Starting with this one, I will share my screen so you can see what the hell I'm talking about, Charkie.
Y'all thought this was going to be a video game stream, but gotcha, it's going to be a history stream.
Gotcha, indeed. What we're looking at here is one of the first ever paintball guns, actually called a paintball marker. These things have existed since the 1960s. The first company to produce them would be the Nelson Paint Company. And these weren't intended for sport or for shooting at people. These were actually intended to be shot at trees and cows to mark them. Loggers would use them to mark trees that they would either cut or avoid cutting as they were doing their deforestation, if you will.
You think it would be easier and less distressful for the cow to just walk up with a brush and go like, "Excuse me, Bessie, one moment." All right.
Well, I think the idea of it was cattlemen used them to mark cattle while they were on horseback. So, like, if they needed to, like, quickly mark, like, okay, these cows need to go in this, like, herd or whatever, you just quickly mark them up with these markers here. And because of their use as markers, paintball guns are still referred to in the modern day as paintball markers. So you'll see that language used a lot in some of the games to follow. But paintball as a sport, there is actually a very specific event that we can trace back to the origin of paintball as a sport. The game was
Vietnam. Looking at this photo.
No, this is actually, well, I'll get into who these people are. These were the first people to ever play paintball. The game was invented in June 1981 in New Hampshire by two people, Noel Hayes, who was a Wall Street stock trader, and Charles Gaines, an outdoorsman and writer. A debate arose between the two about whether a city dweller had the instinct to survive in the woods against a man who had spent his youth hunting, fishing, and building cabins. The two men, as they were having this conversation, chanced upon an advertisement for a paint gun, for a Nelson model of paint gun, in a farm catalog, and they decided, well, why don't we use these to settle this dispute? Why don't we get 10 people, all from different walks of life, different backgrounds, woodsmen and city slickers, and we'll see who survives in this survival game. And so the first ever match of paintball was played in 1981. 4 flag stations were set through a 125-acre plat of woods. Each flag station had a colored flag, one for each of the players in the game, all 10 of them. The winner would be the first player to collect his flag from all the flag stations, and the winner was Forrester Richie White, who chose stealth as his strategy. He quietly moved to each flag station, collecting all of his flags without even firing a shot, which, it's kind of funny that ultimately the best way to play paintball, to win at paintball, is to not shoot, I guess, is just to play stealthily. But regardless of that strategy emerging as, like, the go-to one, there was an article written about this game by a writer, Bob Jones, published in the 1981 October issue of Sports Illustrated, basically documenting the game that had transpired. And not too long after that, an enterprising businessman by the name of Bob Guernsey saw an opportunity and began selling a survival game package for $150 in 1981 dollars. The package included a paintball marker, paintballs, goggles, and a rule book, with the rules based off that capture the flags sort of game style that had been established in that early game. But it wasn't called paintball back then. At this point, it was called the National Survival Game, which is some intense branding. And
the Hunger Games shit.
Fun fact, the term survival game is still used to refer to paintball and airsoft in Japan. They just call, like, all those games, they lump them all into this general umbrella of survival games. But this isn't really where paintball took off. Where it really broke through into the mainstream was with the 1985 movie Gotcha! Starring Anthony Edwards and Linda Florentino, directed by Jeff Canu, who also was the director of Revenge of the Nerds in 1984, which was a big movie. This movie sucks. I've seen it in the past. It's about this guy who is a UCLL veterinary student who is the reigning champion at what they call Gotcha, which is a campus-wide paintball game. So playing with the rules of paintball, of the survival game, has been established, but not wanting to use that branding, they invented the term Gotcha to refer to this sport. And then there's this whole thing where he's seduced by Linda Florentino's character, who actually turns out to be an international spy, and he's, like, carrying this canister of film, and there's KGB agents, and it's all this intrigue, and he has to use his skills as a paintballer to thwart this conspiracy and come out the victor. They tried to make paintball look cool in this movie.
He gets shot by a KGB agent. He has to use his experience to lie and say, "No, I didn't."
Yeah, that's the ultimate strategy. Nuh-uh, you didn't hit me. That means I get a free hit. And so the day was saved. But ultimately, this movie, because of the pedigree of the director and Revenge of the Nerds and movies from that director, movies in that style being popular, this movie blows up beyond anything it should. And so Gotcha becomes a sort of catch-all term for paintball, which leads us to our first game tonight, which is Gotcha, the Sport, for the NES, published by LJN, developed by, let me get the name up here, Atlas. Interesting. Atlas did a lot of games for LJN back in the day, so really not that surprising, but they did the Friday the 13th
This looks like
game.
The cover looks like Bazooka Joe, kind of. Like you'd unwrap like a piece of gum, and this NES game was inside of it.
We'll see if the quality of this game reflects one that you'd get for free, quote-unquote free, in a pack of gum. We'll see if it lives up to that sort of standard. Let me drop the volume a little bit, just for the sake of folk on the audience end. Folks should be seeing it, you should be seeing it, I should be playing it. Press start. This is a light gun game. I believe I've mitigated any screen flashing by making the flash, instead of being white, it's black. So I'm hoping that is sufficient.
This is more than a light gun game. This is a light gun and controller game.
That's true. Yeah, you have to use the D-pad to move left and right, while using the light gun to shoot at people on the screen. And you know, the conceit here is that we're using paint guns, paintball markers here, rather than guns. Even though this dude looks like he's shooting us to death, this is supposed to be paintball. Well, so let's do it. Intermediate. I'm just gonna hold right on the D-pad and continue to place shots as I go through. So it's almost like a rail shooter, except you can dictate which direction at which time you're moving, so I guess not really. Oh, got that guy trying to climb up that tree. I am just a crack shot.
If I remember correctly, this is Atlas, right?
This is Atlas. Grab the flag.
Yeah, so makers of some of my favorite games, Shin Megami Tensei and Rockin' Cats.
And one of my favorite games, Friday the 13th on the NES. I see Video Game King in the chat saying, crossing fingers, hoping for this to be a 3D Bomberman, but with proto-paintball. Nah, not quite. It's more like a very rudimentary first-person shooter. But, you know, this is kind of novel. It has all of 3 levels, so we're just gonna beat the game. Why not, right?
I assume that this is not going to be like Go-Go, where you can get shot by enemies off-screen.
No, mercifully. I think you can tell when they're lining up a shot on you based on a little icon in the bottom center of the screen. Look at these Mad Max.
Okay, that's not paintball. These guys aren't here for paintball. They're gonna get so injured with that outfit.
At least they're wearing sunglasses, so they're protecting their eyes at the very least.
I feel like if I were to do paintball, I would probably go dressed like fucking the Fury from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Just completely protected in every way.
Yeah.
Johnny Baghead in the chat asking, related to this, are there any Nerf video games? Boy howdy, that's a whole other theme night that we will eventually... Oh, I saw that guy with the flag. I think I missed him. You can actually keep track of them trying to grab the flag and run on the map at the tops of the screen there.
I think the most recent Nerf game was like an attempt to be Overwatch.
Yeah, that's right. And I've seen them in the arcades too. There's a lot of Nerf gun games in the arcades.
I think that was a Game Mill published game, so
wouldn't shock
tells
me.
you something.
They get into a lot of that kind of publishing.
These days, like, you're seeing that mostly from Game Mill, and you're seeing it from Outright.
Here we go. I had to really stop a few people from trying to grab the flag that time. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of like this game. I think this is pretty neat. It's very basic, and it's very fleeting in terms of what content is on offer. But if you had an actual zapper, if you had an actual light gun, this ain't bad. This is mostly here just because it is the first of its kind. This is the first paintball video game, so I want to use it for context here.
You know, I had a zapper back in the day, but I only ever had one zapper game. I don't ever even rented anything like this or Hogan's Alley or anything. I just had Duck Hunt that came with the system.
Yeah, that was
like
most people's experience. There were a couple ones. Hogan's Alley, Wild Gunman is really fun. I remember sinking lots of hours into that. But I like what's it, Gumshoe, the detective game where you have to. It's a platformer, a light gun platformer, and of course everyone knows Baby Boomer, classic of game. Wait, hold on. Did I miss the guy with the flag? Yeah, he must have been behind cover. I need to get back there before he captures my flag and ultimately wins the round.
Can you get the flag shot out of your hands, or if you have the flag, do you have the flag?
I think if you get hits, you will ultimately concede the flag. You will ultimately.
I think that might have been what happened. Oh, I feel like that might have been what happened because I thought you had the flag. Oh, game over, straight up. All right, no second tries.
Yep, and if you do win in that third round, it just loops the game over again. So I'll accept the loss on that one. No your winner screen for me here, no rewinding. We don't want to spend too much time on this one, because it's a good game, and that's not necessarily what the stream is about. So,
Oh, well, instead of the your winner theme, since it's paintball night, you're getting the...
Oh, no! I've been splatted! How embarrassing. Let's continue with our little history of paintball video games now that we've gotten past the paintball section. A few mention-only games.
And then now that we've gotten past the paintball, yeah, no more paintball tonight for paintball night.
Well, the history at this point, the sport's well established. So at this point in the, let's say, 90s is where paintball really starts to take off in popular culture. I mean, I know I mentioned the Gotcha movie and Gotcha sport, but it seems to have a real resurgence in the mid 90s. And one of the first video games of that era to capitalize is Lemmings Paintball, which, yes, there was a Lemmings spin-off that is a paintball game. It plays from an isometric perspective. It has visuals that look kind of like this. Some FMV cutscenes where claymation lemmings point guns at you, which is something I never thought I would ever see, but lo and behold, the actual gameplay looks something like this. So isometric shooter with some puzzle elements, I believe. Maybe something like a cannon fodder. I haven't played this one. I'm not really a huge Lemmings fan on the best of days, honestly. So, but this exists. And within the same year is a game that I was just very interested in that I want to cover at least like for a minute here, in Paintball Net, which was a 1996 game developed by two amateur programmer brothers, whose names I did not remember to copy down. But it was a 2D PvP experience that you played on Windows 95, 16-color palettes.
And you're telling me these character designs came from the 90s?
Yeah, you believe it or not. The game looked something like this, so real classic client here. I think it had, there's a whole history of this game. The brothers have done a, wonderful job in preserving their game and actually bringing back their game in 2019 as a in-browser thing. I registered for it, I launched it, I had it open, I was playing it. There's no one else playing it, and you kind of need other people to play it with to show it off. So there is a paintballnet.net that you can go to and play. And I have a quote here that from the brothers, one of the brothers, that says, "We were never going to win any awards for our graphics, but we had a very devoted player community." One of the creators said, "Paintball Net was online from the summer of 1996 through the summer of 2000 when we took it offline to focus on other projects, and then brought back in 2019 for people who are, who want to get nostalgic about it. And it's also filled with microtransactions where you can buy boosters with real world money and."
Okay, so that's why no one's playing it.
Yeah, but, at the same time, an interesting historical curio. And then we get into 1998, and we're already at the main event of tonight, as I'm going to call it. This is, of course, Extreme PaintBrawl, which is one of the most notorious video games ever devised. This is on Wikipedia's list of games notable for negative reception. Got 1s out of 10s, below 1s out of 10s from a bunch of sites. The story of this game is quite fascinating, but not as much as getting this game to run, which was something I attempted to do for years and could not figure out because of the arcane amount of work that has to go into it. Okay, let's start with a little bit of the history. And these glimpses into the history are provided by this page, the DukeRTCM.com community, which does a lot of work in preserving build engine games, has some really good knowledge-based stuff. So I'm linking these things in the chat as I'm mentioning them. This game was developed by one Creative Carnage, published by Head Games, which was actually a Activision value label sort of thing. One of their interests, or maybe it was acquired. I don't remember the exact chronology of Head Games. But if you saw the Head Games logo, you knew you were in for some real budget dog shit. And this game here, Extreme PaintBrawl, was developed in 2 weeks by basically a single guy. That guy's name is Carlos Coelho, and I believe he interviewed with, he was reached out to by the Duke RTCM community, where this information comes from. So just to quote a little bit of this, the game was a project that the programmer barely had time to even finish. It wasn't even finished at release time. Publisher Head Games only gave them 2 weeks to develop the game. The 2-week time limit was up, and they were in the process of replacing the Duke Nukem 3D bot AI. They released 3 successive patches. This is a build engine game, built on the Duke 1.5 engine specifically. And it's licensed officially with Sheridan Paint Guns. They were one of the first major companies to get involved in the paintball community, to foster a paintball community, to sell product around it after the whole survival game kit phase of it. So this one guy is basically put to work on this task. He doesn't finish it within the 2-week period, and he has to issue some patches in the following weeks. And previously, these updated versions were the only ones you could find. I did the digging to find the 1.0 release, which is actually rarer than these patched versions. But that's the one we're going to be playing when I launch my virtual machine. Yeah, this game is a hunk of junk.
What is it? I'm sorry. Could you pull that up real quick again?
Oh,
I want to
sure.
see what that quote is at the bottom.
Distinguishes the first non-violent 3D shooter by Philadelphia Daily News, which is blatantly incorrect. There existed other ones. I mean, Gotcha the Sport, I guess, would count as one. Super 3D Noah's Ark for another. But, you know, they wanted to advertise this as being a family-friendly first-person shooter, removing the real guns, replacing them with paintball guns.
And if you bought 2 A-list games, you got a 3rd free.
So I'm going to launch a virtual machine, a Windows 95 virtual machine through PCEM, where I have the game installed. I will get this out to you in a second, my friend.
I think another company calls themselves A-list games now, so I don't know what other games I could have bought back in the day. Oh.
Isn't that so pleasant?
I was about to say, is that such a pleasant sound?
Computers aren't like they used to be. You know, they're not quite as calming as they used to be. It's all business these days. So you see I have all 3 versions of Extreme PaintBrawl here. We're going to play the 1.0 release. It is the most busted, but that makes it the most fun for our purposes. Okay.
That is though. I just want to say that is such a pleasing sound. That old Windows 3.1 style, because like nowadays I start up my PC and the only thing I hear is
congratulations, you won. Congratulations, you won.
And it's just so grating. It's so annoying. It keeps doing this.
Congratulations, you won.
Charkie, I think you might have a virus on your computer.
No, I got it vaccinated.
So now we've calmed down. Allow me to get fucking heated for a minute here. This fucking launcher, okay? This thing was the bane of my existence for like a decade. Okay, so when you first install this game, first of all, nothing besides Windows 95 will run this. Nothing. You can't do it in DOSBox, even though it's a DOS game. You can't do it in any modern iteration of Windows because it requires actual, honest-to-God DOS. And Windows 95 is the only sweet spot that exists where it has actual DOS built into the system, where Windows launches basically through DOS as an executable. Or it's a bit more complex than that, but the point being that you need to have both the Windows UI and DOS working in perfect harmony with one another. And beyond that, when you first install this game, there is a setting you need to configure here. And this is for the benefit of the world, for anyone else who tries to run this fucking thing. You see this screen here? You can go through all the video configuration. We'll play it at 800 by 600. You can configure your keyboard. Audio configuration. When you first install this game, it will default to the wrong Sound Blaster values, and by wrong I mean not the default settings that everyone used back in the day, which is of course 220 to 22F, and we'll do Sound Blaster AWE32. So you got to make sure that you're matching the input-output range, so whatever you might have on your old computer of choice, because if you don't, the game will crash every time it tries to load the actual game portion, because if it fails to load the proper audio device, it just won't launch. So here's the thing.
So not to put on blast the guy who had to program this game in 2 weeks, but I assume that it was set on the works on my machine level.
Probably. This soundtrack, by the way, is quite infamous. You might recognize this song specifically.
Ew.
This is the theme song to Extreme PaintBrawl for people who have who didn't know all these years. This was composed by musician Todd Duane, who sent his demo tracks, an assortment of demo tracks, to Head Games at a certain point, hoping they would get put into some game. This is the game they end up getting put into. I believe he offered to flesh out the tracks to properly produce them, that these were just like a sort of proof of concept. They just used the demo tracks as is. And then Todd proceeded to not do anything with these tracks, to not update them ever, and he put them on an actual album, his 1999 album, Omnipresent, so you will get copyright struck for this music. Playing it uninterrupted, Todd Duane will get you on that. But we're going
to... rolling the dice every time we upload one of these to YouTube.
Pretty much. We're going to start a season of play. We're going to play an entire season of play in this game. This is the only game we're going to play in full tonight. But only because this is such a monumental dud of a game. Let's call ourselves the Bad Game Hall of Famers. Alright. So I'm just going to take us through a season here. A season consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches in a row.
Hey, by the way, speaking of things I like about old computers that I miss when text on the screen was in a large enough font that it was legible.
Yeah, novel concept, isn't it? So we're going to go up against the Warmongers, the We Suck, CO2, the Desert Eagles, the Lords of Sin. Very intimidating team names.
I feel like the We Suck maybe should have been the first team you went against if we're doing a progression here.
So I should mention that this is Windows here. This thing here is a Windows front-end application. This is an executable that you launch through Windows. And what we're basically doing here as we set up our matches is writing a configuration file that will be loaded in the build engine in DOS. So basically, like, when we go through all these settings, we're writing to like a .dat file, or basically a .ini file type thing that says, here's the parameters for the match, and then when we win or lose the match, it forwards those parameters back into Windows to say, all right, here's the results, load these, and, take them as you will. So it's this incredibly convoluted system, which has so many points of failure that it's no wonder no one knows how to run this game properly. But this, hopefully, I provided all the pieces you need. Get PCEM, copy of Windows 95, or just get Windows 95 machine, I presume. And make sure that all those audio settings are properly configured, and you too can play Extreme PaintBrawl for yourselves. I would love to get multiplayer working in this game, by the way. That is a dream of mine. Here's our roster. Here's our team.
God, put this fucking song in Clone Hero or something. Jesus.
We need to purchase some guns for our team. Let's just purchase 8 of the most guns. There's a few different guns we can go through.
Well, you can't. Looks like y'all can't afford to get the paint guns. I can sell you these real guns. Work your way up.
Who'd have thunk the paintball markers would be more expensive than actual guns? All right, we're gonna hit everyone out with that basic gun. Funnily enough, this roster here, you would assume this is like the order of players. We always start as the 8th player on the list. We can switch between them in the match, but you always default to this last slot here. So, for all intents and purposes, we are playing as Terra Sonade. And we have teammates including Hiro Matamoto. The gang's all here. Sly Matthews, Missy Jensen.
Where did the saxophone come from?
From Todd Duane's mind. All right, we got to fill up our air and our paintballs between every match.
So let me ask you, we have a whole lot ahead of us, but how many games do you think we're going to be seeing that heavily involve like money management and salaries?
A lot of them. Luckily, most of the other games have instant action. This game also has an instant action mode, but I want to go through the campaign. I want to give this game its proper due. Let's go to the paintball fields. Let's do our first match. You can see DOS here.
What the fuck is happening with this soundtrack?
6 tracks, and all of them are very eclectic. So here it is. This is Build Engine in all its beauty. You can see our teammate AI is
great,
doing something.
No, he knows what he's doing. He's gonna build up speed for 12 hours.
And then, boy howdy, when he comes out the gate there, it's... Alright, I'm gonna peek this corner. I see one prospective opponent over there. Oh!
Are you?
All right, so our main player got marked, and now we have automatically switched to one of our other reserve players, one of our other team members.
One of your other reserve members had achieved nirvana and was ascending, but you brought him back down.
All right, got you. All right, there's the flag for us to capture, and then we're going to bring that back. Oh, nope, I got shot.
All right, so there's no reticle.
No.
It's obviously a projectile and not like a hit scan.
Yes.
Is there like an arc to these shots?
Yes, there is drop. All right, let's get in there. Oh boy, they got like a sniper set up there. It's like a sniper's nest. All right, so what I really want to do is grab that flag. Oh, we got shot again. It's great because you totally have an idea of where you get shot from, and definitely crosses all the T's, dots all the I's, doesn't leave you in confusion or anything. Okay. So I presume we're getting shot from... Oh, well. That time we got shot by the person who was posted there. Let's switch between some of our other characters. Is anyone closer to the... This is actually the longest I've ever played this map in particular. Usually I'm done with this map by now. Usually you can finish most of these maps in like 30 seconds, and I will show you why and how. Alright, we're in this time. Let's just quickly run. I'm going to speed strafe onto it. And wait for it. Wait. Oh, nope. I missed it.
It's that guy right there who always keeps shooting you.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to take care of him. I'm just going to have to make an attempt at getting him. Otherwise, we ain't never going to win this. And you were worried we don't have anything to talk about tonight with these games.
I wasn't worried.
I was.
Yeah.
Ay. Okay. Get us in there.
Okay. We're going to have to take it. Where's your gun go?
It's reloading right now. Oh! We lost.
Oh, okay. I thought you still had dudes out there. Oh, well.
Nope, they all got. Alright, so we lost a match. We lost to the Warmongers, but hopefully we'll have better luck against We Suck on the Urban Assault course. So, we're gonna have to buy more of these paintballs. Reload our air. Alright, we're gonna go.
If you run out of money, do you have to go, like, get a day job?
I think you just lose at that point. I think you're basically just... Because, you know, all your players have a salary, so you assume it's like, oh, let's release, like, several of these dudes and, you know, cut down costs. We'll play as a 4-person team. You can't play with any less than 8 players. So much of this, like, you know, management isn't really, like, anything. Like, presumably these guys might have different stats, but they all play the same.
Can you change their salaries?
No, they just have, like, a set cost based on their presumable skill level. Alright, this is the Urban Assault course. Maybe I'll have better luck on this one. Yeah, here we go. There's a Sheridan office. Build engine door open. You
were describing how this whole process works in the background earlier, but I just want to double check. Is the Windows process continuously running in the background right now, or did that close?
I believe it reopens. I believe it closes out to,
Okay. I was curious if this music was playing through the Windows
No,
program.
This is loading off a CD. This is loading off the disc image here. It also has the ability to play music off a CD, like, you know. So, this is a nice little level. This is probably the most interesting level in the game. It has a few little Easter eggs on it that I happen to know of. Oh, that was me shooting because I was holding down
yes,
control
that was
to
blue.
crouch.
So,
all right, there we go. We got one. Some nice little details in this particular map. It's taking full advantage of the build engine. There's one more place I want to check before we go make our attempts at capturing the flag. Let's check out this private property.
Is there a strip club you can visit? You can go like, shake it, baby.
No, but we can take one of the female players to this bed, and no, nothing of the sort. This is family friendly. But yeah, I don't know what the point of this is. Just this single bed in a single room.
It's to make it realistic.
Yeah, you're right. It really does tie the whole thing together. Okay, this is the enemy base. Luckily, no one's come out of there, because this is the 1.0 version. No one has any real AI. so we don't really need to worry about them making their way into our base. We just need to try and survive long enough to grab a flag. Oh, I gotta reload. And... Huh, curious. Oh, we won. So, you would think a capture the flag game would require, you know, capturing the enemy flag and bringing it back to your base.
I grabbed the flag, and now I have captured it. It is mine.
Yeah, you just instantaneously win the second you touch the opponent's flag. And the same goes for them. If they touch your flag, you also instantaneously lose. Or you can eliminate all their teammates. So, in later versions, they will actually show a screen that says, you won in the build engine, like when you touch the flag. But if you touch any keys, or if you're holding on to any keys, it'll still skip that little screen and just kick you right back into this right here, into the Windows prompt. So, you know. All right, let's give ourselves a good gun.
I'm obsessed with the soundtrack.
Oh, no, it's great. I mean, there's a reason why I use this. Why I use this song for our theme song.
I would like to see... You said this was released as an album, right?
Yeah, 1999, Omnipresent. Todd Dwayne's Omnipresent.
I would like to see this album modded into Guilty Gear Strive.
All right, let's do it again. Same map, new gun.
Same map?
Let's check out what our AI buddies are up to here. In base. Yeah, very good. Oh, these guys are getting dangerously close to actually doing something. Like, they're almost, like, towards the direction of, like, the exit, or towards the enemy base.
Theoretically, if one of these guys ever managed to see another opponent, would they shoot?
Yes. Oh, I think they found their purpose. I think they found their calling, and it's to hide in this corner. Well, God bless them. I ain't gonna stop them. Let's see if there's another way into the enemy base.
I think they should build a hole here. It will be made for me.
What? No. There is also this whole other, like, end of the map over here that you would never experience or do anything with. It's just there to flesh things out, maybe. Let's try coming from the top. Let's try coming from an oblique angle here, through the vents. I know we have one player there. Like, if you want to try to play this tactically, I mean, like, I guess the reason why these maps are actually so spacious is because, you know, they built this with the multiplayer in mind. They really expected people would play this. I don't think anyone ever did. We won. Let's see our next map. Deep Space 90. We're gonna go against Bank Shots. Terrifying team. I hope we're up to the task. Do we want to bother getting any more guns from some of our other characters? Some Shining Wing Cutie redeemed our newest point redemption thing, which I just recently added. It's the Say Something Nice button. For 1,000 channel points, we will have to say something nice about the game we're currently playing.
Oh, I was gonna say, you've been a good friend, Cass, but that's not what this is for.
Well, I always say nice things about you, Charkie. I never need an excuse. No one has to pay points just for that. But for Paintball, though, yeah, it's gonna take some points there for sure. Something nice about this game. I think some of the map designs are neat for multiplayer. I think there's potential fun to be had in the multiplayer for this, beyond the broken AI of the single player. But, you know, this has its own fun in single player, just like, I think this is a good speedrun game. I should mention that, you know, all this stuff here, the order of maps in which you play is completely randomized, so there's runs you might have where you don't get to experience all 5 of the maps in the game. You might just forget to load one of those.
Now, it's funny you mentioned that, because I was in the middle of looking up on speedrun.com, and this does not even have an entry as being a game that exists.
That's because it's fucking impossible to get up and running, but hopefully my little tutorial could help. This is Deep Space 90.
Can you fall off?
No, that's the first thing I tried the first time I played this map, of course. This map sucks. I always get lost in this. Here's your Duke 3D, your build engine map that you could use. I always get lost here. Hopefully I will make my way into the enemy base and grab their flag.
So if this was a hastily made build engine game, does that mean it, besides the trajectory of the guns, does it control like exactly like Duke Nukem?
To a certain extent, yes. And bear in mind, this is 1998, so like critics like immediately honed in on the fact this was Duke 1.5 and are like, God, this game feels old for 98. See these, this is my little map trick here. These little panels on the ground, you step on them to either heighten or lower the doors here. Alright. Now I know there's going to be a bunch of guys on the other side of this. It's a good thing I have this good gun that can do relative rapid fire. Ah, dang it. One of them got me. The third one in the back. I probably could have just ran up to the flag and grabbed it before I got shot. That's honestly the way to play. Much like that guy who won the first ever paintball game, the winning move in this game is not to try and shoot anyone. It is just to run up to the flag and touch it. Just to sort of, not stealth your way, because there's no real like, getting past these guys. If you exist in the same space as them, they will automatically know where you are. But to play pacifistically, at the very least. And there we go.
There you go.
We have not heard the best song in this game yet, and I'm hoping one of the next maps. Paint Keep, I think this is the one. I think this is the song that we really want to let play.
Oh, I didn't realize this, the levels have bespoke songs for them?
Yes, they do. They do indeed. Let's buy another one of these good guns. You know what? No, I don't want to... I might run out of money there if I... Yeah, we'll do this. We can actually sell back these guns. We don't need these anymore, these pistols. We hope your guns find a good new home. There's only so much text in this game, and they didn't bother to parse it at all.
Like 2 weeks, you know?
Oh, for God's sake. Forgot to reload these. There should just be a button you press to spend money. You shouldn't have to even bother going into these windows here. You know, honestly, it's like they had the idea to make it more like management oriented, but didn't have the time to execute on it. Wait, no, this isn't the song. This isn't the stage.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's the forest stage. That's the one that has the incredible music. It's this one again. All right. I'm hoping I do better this time. I want to get a win. I want the Bad Game Hall of Famers to walk away from this one with a W.
I may have
this is a present from
potentially
me to
found a glitch that you could do for this.
Oh, dang.
What?
That means
But I think it would take too much practice.
What is the potential
Hey, something
glitch?
for you to do off stream. Okay, so I was looking up Duke 3D, like move tech, because I figure like if it's built off the bones of that, maybe it still works. Apparently, if a running start, if you jump, duck, and then jump against a wall along a ledge, and the wall is thin enough and you're fast enough, you clip through the wall.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that would probably be present in this. Oh god, I have no idea where I am. Oh, there it is. Okay. By the way, thanks to whoever sent out a gift sub to the community here. Congratulations to Yamidian for receiving it. Let's not get shot.
BC asked, how's the paint brawl going?
As good as you can expect. Yes! There we go!
There we go. We're winning more than we're losing.
Yeah, we've only lost one match so far, so I think we're going to get first place at the end of this this whole schedule. We're ranked number 2 currently, but I think we can get back up to 1. Urban Assault Course, Haunted Forest. That's the stage I'm really looking forward to. Reload those guns.
Oh,
Jeezy
Louise. Renegade. I will say your name right on stream eventually. For the 10 gift subs.
Jeezy Louise. Folk coming out for paintball tonight, huh? Well, let's get in there.
And we got a hype train going, apparently.
Whatever that means. I still don't know the Twitch terms. Let's see if I can ring this in. This is this monumental event with a with another quick W. Nope, that's one down. Luckily we have this backup character with this backup gun. I think the best way to cut through here is through the left. And obviously just be like mashing the... Dang it. Maybe the best way for this map really is through the top, come in through the back. Though I don't know why I did that, but...
You guys are the 9 best guys I could find to hire for my team. So here's the strategy, alright? I want all of you to stay in the entryway, right? And then if I get shot, I'm going to actually project and inhabit one of your bodies. Now, this won't hurt much, but it is our best shot at winning.
Alright, here we go. We're going up against Desert Eagle in the Haunted Forest.
I'm turning up the volume on my end.
Yes, absolutely. Load. Okay. There is no preparing yourself for this song, but do your best. Wait, this isn't the song either. Oh, I'm thinking of the desert map. Okay, never mind. False alarm. This map is interesting, though, because it has some really busted textures you can see from afar. I don't know what the deal with these is, but... This is a pretty good song, though. I mean, all the songs in this are bangers.
Again, like, mod this soundtrack into Guilty Gear Strive. It'll fit.
Oh, that's right. The AI is extra broken on this map.
Right,
some of them just stare at you. They're like, I think they're in the wrong spots. Like this guy here. This is like a live enemy, but I think because of like his spawn coordinates, he just can't do anything, and we can't do anything to him either. So let's sleep in paintballers lie, I say.
D-Series says they're going to be listening to this while working on music production. So, like, I don't know how you can listen to music and produce music at the same time. That is not the music that you're producing, but good luck.
It's actually a good excuse with these broken characters to see some different player models here.
Oh, yeah.
How they all have different height variances despite being
like how
infinitely tall.
I like how, depending on what angle you're viewing that one, like, female model at, she will crouch.
Yeah, I think the rotation on this one might be busted. I think they may have misaligned some of those. But yeah, so that's like half the enemy team right here is just stuck helplessly, so we can just walk right past them. And... there we go. Common Bad Game Hall of Fame W. Oh my god, we're not going to get the desert map in this. I'm going to have to do that one afterwards. I'm going to have to just, like, quick match on it so we can hear that song. But let's quickly just win this season. Let's get ourselves a couple more good guns. Kit out our players so we have some redundancy in place in case I fuck up. Not to say I ever fuck up. You know how perfect I am at games. But
oh, good news. I found the soundtrack for this game on my favorite Kingdom Hearts fan site.
I mean, I could have just sent you the soundtrack. I have the album.
I might ask you for that regardless.
Yes. Okay. So this map again. Bunny hop our way in. Bunny hopping doesn't actually work. You just skip these guys since they're no threat to us. Neither are these guys. No one here. And there we go. Record pace. Let's look at the current schedule. We are ranked #1. This is the final battle. The Lords of Sin. The Urban Assault course. Will we pull through? Probably. I have faith in me. In my paint brawling ability. Alright, let's see how quickly I can do this one.
Are you allowed to pick the color of the paintball?
No. Not till the squeakles, because this game does have squeakles. We're going to play all of them tonight. Alright, let's try this strategy. Come around the back. Yeah, there we go. I think that's the way to do that map. We won.
Oh, I just realized how RNG this would be as a speed run because it randomizes the maps.
Yes, but if you know the strategy for each given
restarts.
map. But okay, are you ready? You ready for our victory screen?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, you have succeeded in taking first place. Damn right we have. And, you know, just to add on to this, the cacophony here. Hit that wonderful screen, that wonderful victory screen.
Now, I know that the Big Rigs trophy is kind of our, like, you know,
Iconography,
icon. But like that screen also could have been a really good winner screen for us. Is that a rooster?
This is it. I got it on the first try. I did quick match, and we got the map that we didn't get to play, and the song we didn't get to hear. This is just a random match with random variables set, random weapons for each of our teammates. This map is also way too big for what it is. I don't see any pigs here. This ain't a farm. It's a desert.
This soundtrack sounds like Daisuke having a fever dream.
Alright, let's see if I can get this one. This is probably the hardest one because it requires actual shooting. Actually, where's the enemy combatants? Where's the enemy team?
Nab in chat is extremely excited to be hearing this song.
I'll let the song go on a little longer. Let's see if I can clean up. See if I can play the game on its own terms. Oh, whoa! Thank God that guy didn't get me. That guy was having a real hard time there. I had to kill him because I wanted to survive, but oh, well, there we go. This song goes places.
Yeah. It goes to Old McDonald's specifically.
Oh, Kuzi asked a great question I meant to answer earlier. What does the heart in the bottom right mean? That's a stamina meter. You have sprint, right? If you hold down shift or whatever you bind it to. But if you sprint for too long, the heart starts to beat faster, and then you can't sprint no more, and you actually move slower. But they forgot to program in the part where stamina like regenerates over time. So basically, once you've expended your stamina, you're just winded forever. You're just completely gassed for the rest of the match.
Just like me.
Gotcha.
What's the objective on this one? Is this still capture the flag? Is it all capture the flag?
I'm just prolonging this so we can hear different parts of the song.
I think the song's probably already looped by now.
Nope. No looping. See the audio. There's still a whole other section of the song I want to get to. Here we fucking go. Whistle along, everybody!
Nab says this song is 6 minutes long. This is definitely a Daisuke's fever dream. He blacked out in the studio, and he was like, I don't know, but this is Slayer's song. I'm sorry, everyone.
All right. So to prevent any sort of copyright stuff, let's go ahead and win the match. You can look up this music, the soundtrack. You can find it on YouTube. Or, you know, you can support Todd Duane, I guess, buy his 1999 album. That was Extreme PaintBrawl. We've seen everything there is to see in it, except for the multiplayer, which one of these days, I swear to God, I'm going to find some way to make that happen. It's going to require a lot. It's going to require people with PCEM instances, with networking enabled, dialing in, some convoluted LAN setup, but boy howdy is it going to be worth it. It's the final frontier of this game, which I am the definitive expert on Extreme PaintBrawl. I'm claiming another game. I'm claiming another game to be a world's expert on, and I don't think anyone's going to contend me on this one.
What? Oh, okay, safe.
Yes, there we go.
Why was there a ta-da sound?
That's the Windows 95 shutoff sound.
It is? I don't remember it being that.
Absolutely. Let's cover some more mention-only games, by which I mean I have like one here. I did not bother to get Animaniac Splatball installed, but it does exist. It is a top-down shooter, released 1999. Presumably, you could play it online and maybe had some sort of net play, maybe. If I had downloaded it, I would have known, but you can play as the Warner twins, and go up against some of the characters from the show. This reminds me of, like, the Flash games that used to be on, like, the Nickelodeon websites. There were a few. I think there was a Rugrats one for the Rugrats in Paris movie that had net play. that you had to disable your firewall to play. And whenever you had it enabled, they would say something like, "Ouch, you have a firewall on. Don't worry, it's not going to burn your house down," but which was very cute. I don't know why I remember that so distinctly, but we're going to move on to Extreme PaintBrawl 2. Amazingly, there are 4 of these fucking games to play through. That first one being such a dud, being one of the most critically reviled games of all time, did not stop them making more paintball games. Head Games continued to publish. This one was developed by Hoplite Research, who were also a legendary purveyor of budget first-person shooters.
In 8 days.
There's not as much detail on the development of these games, unfortunately. But this one does not use the Duke 3D engine. This is a new one. This one I can run natively on Windows with some help, with some DG Voodoo assistance.
It said all new true 3D technology.
Yeah, this one's an actual 3D. I'll get it launched in a moment. The Genesis 3D engine, which should put some fear in the hearts of bad game connoisseurs out there, because boy howdy, this one has been responsible for some truly dire games, including Catechumen and Ethnic Cleansing. So that's what this engine is most known for, is those 2 games. But Extreme PaintBrawl should be a part of that conversation, maybe more so than one of the other ones, to be sure. Let's see, how do I get this out to you? No, that's not
like
it.
This? Through OBS?
Is it working? Can you hear it too in there?
I can't hear it. I cannot hear it.
Well, there's not too much audio. This one does not have the same soundtrack. Todd Duane did not contribute to the soundtrack, so it's instantly less interesting in that respect.
Pro Striker asking a very pertinent question. Unfortunately, you will not see that game on here because it is explicitly banned by Twitch.
Yes,
good reason.
Rightfully so. Magic Mouse saying not most known for cast. Most people do not know about the video game Ethnic. Well, I mean, people who are like bad game researchers, like, okay. Whenever people ask me what the worst first-person shooter is, I mean, that's the answer. I mean, that's the go-to. And it does have, like, sections. It was newsworthy for a moment in time. It's something you'll never see us cover here because it is, like, so deplorable. And again, it's banned for, like, good reason. It's one of the most racist things ever created. Just a million reasons not to play that thing. So we will choose instead to play Extreme PaintBrawl 2, let's say.
Like, there's kind of no reason to cover it because if someone asks you, like, hey, what's the worst thing you've ever smelled? And you say, like, piece of shit. It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. We don't need to go further.
We don't have enough characters here to do Hall of Famers or Bad Game Hall of Famers. So we'll just say Paint Brawlers. How about that? Alright, so we have the buy and sell equipment. We have the Sheridan branded guns. Oh, there's even a second.
Did they actually? Are these real brands?
Yes, these are actual guns. Sheridan is an actual brand that sponsored the games, knowing that they'd be good sort of product placement for them. You can do camo. You can do different canisters of CO2 for different types of guns, different types of ammo here. Grenades, which were lacking in the previous one, but paintball grenades are a real thing.
Yep, I was about to ask.
We're not going to do a full season play of this, but you can see here that you can customize all the gear on your team of 5. You can tour the playfields. You can hire different characters who have different statistics. So this is a bit more. The management aspect of this one is definitely a bit more fleshed out, to say the least. But we're just going to go do some instant action on this one, which I believe is 5v20. This is basically like an elimination game mode, where you have 5 lives with your 5 team members. Let's do the... Do you have a map you want to see here?
Oh, I've always wanted to see Cargo Dock.
Well, today your dream comes true.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so they equip our different characters with some different gear. We can pick specific camo for them if we so chose. I mean, this is neat that they bothered with any of this. I forget how to actually make stuff equip, but...
Video Game King points out that at airport terminal level, maybe not the best. Maybe when did this game come out?
1999.
I'm guessing. Yeah, maybe got 2 years before. It was maybe a really bad idea.
Yeah, oh yes. Yeah, we'll just go with this. We'll go with whatever weapons these characters have. I'm not too worried about it. Let's accept the mission. There's an attempt to do some strategizing here. We can tell them to offend, assault, or follow. We're team leader. For now, if we die, we'll take control of one of these other characters. I'll have a dude following me, another dude assaulting. They'll make their attempts to break ground, and I'll have these 2 guys in reserve. That's my plan. All right, here we go.
Ooh.
Full 3D, true 3D.
Look at that. I'm sorry. Can we see that that posture that you guys at the start had, or have they moved on? Now they're there.
That's
good.
like a Spetsnaz shooting stance right there, I tell you what. Alright, so we have 19 enemies to try and kill on this map. Let's see if I can do that. The answer is probably not. This game is very hard. The AI is very bullshit, and your aim is not good.
What are your guns? Red?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are they shooting like that? They seem to be yeah.
I think there's any movement, the wind, or maybe there is just wind to account for in general. But yeah, not the most accurate guns, and that definitely impacts playability, to be sure. Like, it'd be one thing if you just have to worry about, like, you know, the travel time. Like, that's understandable. That's part and parcel to the game, but... Like, but if it's 1 foot in front of you, already getting knocked way off course. If it's landing, like, an inch away from you, okay, that's a problem.
So here's the thing that's confusing me. Like, a moment ago, you're moving to the left, and you shoot the thing, and the thing, like, heads, like, super hard to the left. Like, I don't think that's how inertia works.
No, like, even if we're standing still, it fucking blows it to the left or right. Ay. Anyway, we're down 2 guys. Let's see if I can pull this off regardless. This is like, you ever play Terrorist Hunt mode in Rainbow Six?
Yes.
Yeah. Ow. Specifically
yeah,
in Vegas.
I was going to draw that. I was going to draw that comparison earlier.
Those are good times. That's a good-ass game. That's a good-ass franchise. Before the Wildlands stuff, which is okay, too, but...
Well, that's Ghost Recon.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, nowadays, Rainbow Six is just, you know, Siege.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. I got things confused there for a second, but I do appreciate both. I appreciate tactical games. I have an appreciation for shooters of this nature that require drawing up plans and executing on them. Granted, I usually don't do much in the way of actual planning. I just kind of put a gun in my hand. I kind of isolate myself to a single character. I don't bring anyone else with me.
When did Rainbow Six stop being that? Vegas? Was that the first one that was just
Vegas
like...
is where it started to go a little off the rails, where it just became more of a, like, you know, traditional shooter with some fun tech in it. But, yeah. I think around that time. I don't think we got this. 1 against 14, and with our bullets being as inaccurate as they are, we can at least appreciate some of the scenery, though. Like that ship over there, which is just a wall, effectively.
I know I'm on a, like, hard tangent now, but I remember playing Rainbow Six when I was, like, still in elementary school, really. Maybe middle school at the most. And I sucked at it, but I really loved it. And I remember buying the novel, because I was like, yeah, I want to read the book this is based on. Like, no. When I got it, it's like, oh, no.
Discovering that Tom Clancy works are impenetrable. Yeah.
As a 10-year-old, yeah. I remember, but I was such a fan of those games. I even bought, God, what was that honking ass book he wrote? The Bear and the Dragon.
I'll take your word for it.
And I was like, yeah, I can read this. I can read this 600-page, like, political thriller thing. Hi, I'm 12 years old.
We lost. Let's try an office building. Maybe that's a little easier. Maybe the wind won't be as much of a factor in this. And I'll also turn the difficulty down to easy. And Let's see. Maybe I'll give everyone good guns as a novel sort of concept. That looks like a good one. Sure, let's try that. XTS.
So you're allowed
XT cited to use it.
You can change how your team looks.
Yeah, you can put camo on them. Let's do Midnight. Let's just do an entire team of Midnight.
What's other? I think that says other.
Other?
Yeah.
Oh, that's other
camo,
gear, like
other.
paintballs, CO2.
Oh.
You have to stock up on that stuff too before a given match. But in this instant action, you don't have to worry as much about that. Like, this would be, like, really, like, intensive in, like, the actual season mode.
Alright, your tactics level was 91 out of 100, somehow.
Sure.
Yeah, I was reading that screen that was up there.
Right, 20 enemies to, I was going to say kill, but not really the goal here.
Neutralize.
Oh.
Follow me.
Oh. Uh-oh.
If you hold down the F button to issue commands to your team, the audio stacks on top of itself.
Follow me.
I don't hear this, unfortunately.
Follow me. Follow me. Follow me.
There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to watch the replay for that one. Oh, okay. It wasn't letting me shoot for a second. Actually, it's still not letting me shoot. Oh, it's just the fire rate on this is so fucked. Okay. Bullets are still traveling left and right. Enemy AI is pretty good too still. Christ.
Follow me.
Nope. I thought I could maybe take the elevator, but no point to that. I'm pretty sure this is all just one floor. Oh, where are you going? What are you trying to do? Trying to do something. Oh, he must be the one that's trying to follow. He must be trying to follow the dead guy right now, or our team leader who already is gone at this point.
Follow me.
Oh, I can press different buttons to give different orders to different people. So there we go. I'm just going to have everyone follow me, hopefully, which means they're all going to get stuck in the wall in that room.
Now, says the way enemies all run while looking at you reminds them of Deus Ex.
The way the shooting sucks in this reminds me of Deus Ex.
Look, it's your fault that you put all your points into swimming.
I thought it would come in handy. The first level takes place on a dock. I thought I would have to swim. Ay. Yeah, this is tough. It's great that they put all that work into the management aspects and actually fleshing those out and having all this gear and equipment to manage and getting all these, like, you know, really, like, fleshing out those systems and whatnot. It sucks that you can't play the game because the bullets don't go anywhere you would want them to. 1 out of 5 shots maybe actually goes down the center.
You're also saying that it's supposed to be wind. You're in an office building.
Oh, hold on. Let me try
The
crouching.
AC is, like, on real high.
Oh, yeah, that must be it. This game ain't good. This is almost worse than Extreme PaintBrawl 1 in some regards.
Imagine that, like, you're one of the paintball gun manufacturers who got their brand in this game, and this is how they prepare your guns.
Yeah, they can't hit for shit. I mean, you know, even the highest level ones kind of suck. Anyway, thanks Sheridan for sponsoring us. We made sure to make your guns as inaccurate as possible. Imagine me saying it's so weird that this is, like, in an office building. It's not weird when you consider that most, like, paintball courses, you know, like, most fields are based off, like, real-world things. Like, the whole thing of, like, the milsim and survival game stuff is, like, you know, our stages are locations that are based on real-world locations. You know, so them doing the maps like this is part and parcel to the real-life paintball experience, to a certain extent.
I mean, this could be a team-building exercise.
Yeah, no, it could be. I mean, that's what a lot of companies will do that for their employees. Will do paintball as a team building exercise. They don't usually do it in their own office, though. Is the thing?
It's a team building exercise for most of the staff. It's a team hating exercise for the janitorial staff.
I don't want to play any more Extreme PaintBrawl 2.
Fair enough.
I think we've seen everything we need to see. Oh, let's see the high scores. All those Iron Warriors. We'll get them yet. Maybe in the next Extreme PaintBrawl game.
Why did the wait? The Gold Dragons suck like way more than every other team.
Well, they're easier.
Oh, never mind. And those are dollar signs, not. I thought that was the number 8.
BattleTank09 did redeem a Say Something Nice, so before we close out of the game, something nice about Extreme PaintBrawl 2. I think the management aspect of it, I think if you were someone who was really invested in, like, simulating a season of paintball, I think you might get something out of, like, you know, buying and selling equipment, managing all this stuff, seeing the different guns on offer. Like, they definitely fleshed this out. I respect the effort that went into it. It's just a shame about that shooting. It's just a shame that, the shooting is so bad. Alright. Where does that, where we continue from here? Okay, yes, I believe this should be the right slide. Our next game...
Shining Wing Cutie said, I want to try it for this reason if it's compatible enough. How hard was that to run?
Very. You need DG Voodoo 2. You absolutely need DG Voodoo 2 and to, like, fine-tune that stuff to get it up and running. This next one requires DX Wind. A lot of these games require different sort of utilities, whether it's DG Voodoo or DX Wind, all this 2000s era. And this is a 2000 game here. This is High Impact Paintball. This was developed by Sunstorm Interactive, who you may have heard of, and published by Wizard Works Group. We will get this up and running momentarily.
I saw the Infogrames armadillo at the bottom there.
Oh, they may have been publishing in different countries, was handled by different... I don't have all that information in front of me for all of these games, unfortunately. But we will get this one mounted first. This is when I need to mount the ISO for real quick before we launch it. And is this one also a DX window one I mentioned? Yeah, so I gotta launch this through DX window first. Rather than just...
Is that going to stream to me? Well, or do we need to...
It will momentarily. First, let me...
All right.
That music I'm feeling is a little loud, so I'm going to lower that in the mix. I will set the source. It's tricky with some of this stuff, you know, with all these old games, all these old PC games, but I put the time in. I try my best before the show to make sure all this stuff will work to some reasonable degree.
Right, I had it up so loud.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have a minus 10 decibel on this, and it might still be too loud for people at home.
No, I turned it up super loud for
but for people at home still. I mean,
yeah.
this is still maxing.
Okay.
This is still peaking at minus 10. Oh, thank God, I can hear myself think again. There's more music for you. Okay, here's some quick play. This will just toss us into a random match. This will be the best way to experience this game for the first time, I think.
This FOV of 5.
This game has a really cool feature. If I press the different numbers on the num row, I think we have some cool taunts.
You need practice.
That'll show them.
You
need practice.
Let's see number 3.
I think that's banned. I think that's banned on Twitch.
Oh well, shit. Well, let me play number 3 again, so we don't miss anything here.
My grandma shoots better than you.
Well, little does we don't have the context, but his grandma's actually a professional paintball player, so it's just a declarative statement. Oh, well, looks like I fell through the world. This has happened a few times, so that's cool. That's good.
They'll never shoot me down here.
You can't hit the broadside of a bar.
You're taunting God at this point.
Yeah.
Who are you shooting at?
No one, apparently, because we're in the void.
Nice shot.
Oh,
Right,
these are that's a nice thing to say, actually. That's a compliment you can pay.
Aim before you shoot.
That one's not so nice.
No, that's constructive criticism.
Oh, that's all of them. There's 7 of them, I guess. Yeah, let's exit out of... Oh, God. How about we do an actual structured match? Let's see if we can...
Are you not allowed to, like, switch between members like in the other games?
Not
I know this is a
readily,
different...
not easily.
Yeah, I know this is not Paintbrawl, but...
Let's see some of the maps here. Do you have a preferred game mode? There's free-for-all, capture the flag, speedball, last player standing wins, siege, Attack the enemy with everything you have in practice field. These are the staple game modes you'll find in most of these games, by the way, is free for all, capture flag, speedball, siege. Under different names sometimes. Let's do some
siege.
speedball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, siege. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see the different maps. All 2 of them. Oh, I see. Every different game mode has 2 different maps.
Yeah.
For a total of like 10 levels, maybe.
Got
And then just some extra practice maps. We'll do siege though. Oh, we get to name and customize our character? Yeah, I'll play me. We'll be her. Do skins, team color.
Can you play as like the eyeball?
No, I don't think it's that fun, unfortunately. Thank you for resubscribing, Soul Stuff.
This is a present from me to you.
4 is their comment on that. 4 months, that is.
4 months.
Let's see some of these guns here. Oh, we can take dot scopes.
Laser scopes. Any other scopes? Or is it in there? Up.
Yeah, I think they really want me to like construct my whole gun here. Oh, here's what we have so far. We have
a
grab stopper ABX. We have a small hopper forward and small CO2. Can I put let's put a dot sight on it. And a laser scope. No. I guess the other scope is fine. Let's buy a large hopper. Yeah, I'll replace that. Give me a long barrel too while we're at it. I don't even know how much money we have. It doesn't. Oh, you have $25 left.
Yes.
Well, hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that is. Well, look at her. Look at him go.
So just say you could sell off the CO2. You don't need that.
Have your team
intelligence.
Oh, I see. Our AI guys have some different stats here.
Maybe make the least intelligent person like the human, so you can like not have to deal with that.
No, I don't think it really.
You can't really change.
No, I think we're just
who's
maxed
leader
out
of the team
by default for this. We can set their behavior. So there's something neat to this. I kind of appreciate what they're putting down here. This strategy element of this.
Get ready. 5 seconds until the game begins.
All right, this is siege. Are we defending or are we attacking? Attack the enemy base. Well, there we go.
Get ready. 5 seconds.
That's a shame. Oh, they have different voice acting for the female character.
You need practice. My grandma shoots better than you.
The FOV is better when you're like outside the map.
Yeah. It's a shame that this doesn't work. I have to assume this worked in some capacity at some point on some computer back in the day. I want to at least be able to shoot someone. I'm just going to quick play until we get an actual opportunity to like see another player. We're defending here. Power-ups.
Get ready. 5 seconds until the match begins. Counting from the beginning of this sentence talking about the... Okay, go.
Oh, well. Are you a baddie?
I'm hit.
You're a baddie. There we go.
Oh, there's friendly fire.
Oh, paintball jam. And there we are. Fell through the world. Well, that's a shame. I don't think we're missing... Oh, Jesus! That was like an air horn directly in our ears. We lost that one. That's okay. That's all right. I think I've had enough of high-impact paintball. Again, maybe that one works in some different hardware configuration. Maybe there's a way to run that in modern day. I don't know why you would. I don't know what you would have to necessarily like earn from that, but or get out of it. But we're gonna return now.
I don't think ask worst one yet. Well, not least functional one yet.
Yeah, to be sure. Let's see here. I want to load up the next game, but first I got to show the cover to it. there's a bit of confusion with this one, because this is Extreme Paintball 3, but they decided they should stop branding these as Extreme PaintBrawl, because everyone hated them. So this is instead called Ultimate Paintball Challenge. But for all intents and purposes, this is Extreme Paintball 3. It has a Sheridan branding, Activision published. The studio credited is Sheridan Morley. So it's probably just like some team of people that were assembled that had like basic programming knowledge that Sheridan just said, all right, we're hiring you to put together a game for us. We're done contracting to these sub-studios. We're going to get our own people to make this one here. And we'll see how that worked out for them.
I do see Activision on that box art.
A non-violent 3D shooter.
Activision needs to go, now that they're owned by Microsoft, Activision needs to go back to publishing really bad, like, cheap-ass games. Like, go back to their roots.
Yeah, instead of publishing these bad, expensive games, it really would be a change of pace for them. Yeah, let's get this loaded. Hopefully this just works. Yeah, okay, I see. I remember this one. You'll hear the music for a second. There we go. Get this shared out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is Ultimate Paintball Challenge, also known as Extreme Paintball 3. PaintBrawl 3. Please, let me not get it wrong. Even though you won't see any of the Extreme Paintball branding in this game. Settings, for whatever that's worth.
Let's go up to 4K.
No, I think it goes up to 1024 by 768. Let's try a tournament play. Can we do Hall of Famers? Here we go. Let's hire Ducking Quick. Scout some new players. We can shuffle it. Oh, Quick Billy. I gotta get Quick Billy on the team. They're expensive, but they're worth it.
Weird naming trends in this town.
Speedy Vic, Bullseye Bobby. Well, we have one good player, so I'll just hire cheap for everyone else. Quick Vic. Speedy Zeke. No, let's scout some new players. Steady
Video
Sue.
Game King asking the important question here: is that Comic Sans?
No, it does not.
I don't think so. No.
Come on, give me someone real cheap. Give me someone who's dog shit. Fast Billy. Yeah, you know what you'll do. You're 150 bucks. Good enough is. Except, oh, we have to buy equipment too.
Yeah, are you gonna have enough money to?
Okay, everyone has PGP pistols by default, so that should be good.
All right.
I think.
We got our team together.
Can you see?
Thank you all. You know, I got your salaries. Unfortunately, there's not enough money in the budget to use paintballs.
So you'll just be taking cans of paint, your own cans of paint from home. And
yeah.
I gotta drink up real quick.
Listen, I need you all to learn the basics of CQC, okay? And I will also drink up. Tonight's drink is not a new one. It is, once again, an extra strength energy shot blue raspberry, which I imagine they would be drinking out on the paintball fields. What do they call them? Ranges?
Yeah. We'll actually see some energy drink sponsorships later on in the stream tonight. I'm hoping.
Actually, who am I kidding? They're probably drinking. You know what? They're probably drinking Monster and then chasing them with energy shots. That's what they're doing out there.
Hey, you want to play some Capture the Flag in prison? Oh, we can set how many hits before you're outed. That's neat. So you can get hit 3 times before you get outed. I like to keep it at 1. If you get hit, that's it.
Magic Meow says Sharky's volume could be lowered like 10%, by the way.
Good to know.
We will not be taking your consideration into effect. Thank you for your input.
I'll do that in a little bit. I'll lower it by a decibel or 2.
I need to stop. I need to stop yelling.
This is some interesting music here. It's not quite Todd Dwayne, but, you know, what is? This is already more like a proper first-person shooter.
Yeah.
A proper deathmatching type thing. It has skill distribution, apparently, too. That you level up between matches, it looks like. Oh, there's dodging? Oh, bullets actually go down like a straight path. You can actually like hit stuff in this game. Isn't that wild? And iron sights in 2000?
So they can level up their stats. So if Quick Vic were to upgrade his like dodging ability, would he have to change his name to Ducking Vic?
Potentially. We might not be able to go into that much depth playing this game tonight. Oh, cover.
Hit.
And look at that. You got iron sights. You got a world you can walk around in and not fall through.
Novel concept. Okay, so tab switches characters. I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, switch to that character just in time. Alright, so this is capture the flag. Let's see if I can find where the enemy flag is. Let's see if I can get a singular win. Let's see if the match immediately ends when you touch the flag, or if they got to the point where you actually have to bring a flag back to your base. Oh, jeez.
Hit.
Hit, 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 hit.
That's just someone in laughing. They're having fun. Hit. I gotta say, just from a watching perspective, I think Paintball 1 might have been the best so far.
In terms of entertainment value, sure.
Yeah,
This is
it's
the
all
most
that
functional
soundtrack.
game, to be sure. So far. Anyone down here?
I don't know. Gotcha, the sport was pretty functional, all things considered.
No, yeah, fair point. Yeah, that game is also totally fine. I would just love to know where the enemy flag is. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Wait. If I just keep rotating, if I keep walking around him, he can't shoot me. Ah, well. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Where the hell is this flag? Is the sort of thing you would assume that you would like be able to see on a map, but
Hit.
you know what? Let's try a different map. I can't read that. There's paint in the way. You forgot to. Okay, well. Let's try a different map. An indoor arena. Elimination mode. Video Game King redeemed a message that says, hit! Thank you for that. Alright, back into the killing fields we go. For what appears to be a much more reasonable map. This looks like it could have come out of like an Unreal Tournament or Quake. This looks like something that someone made back in the 90s. Ooh, kicking guitar.
Hit.
You still there, Charkie?
Yeah. Energy drink, energy shot kind of hit hard.
Making sure you're still with us. Oh. That's right, I can iron sight. And I can also reload, and I can also just stand right here while this person ineffectively...
Hit.
Oh, so they just come back into play after a while? They just stand there and like count.
They don't bother
one
animating them
Mississippi?
walking back to base and then getting back in the end. That's how it would be in like an actual paintball
So you
scenario.
You could just be an asshole and just stand there behind them and just wait.
Hit.
So far we're doing pretty good, I think. For whatever that's worth. Oh, reload. I wish there was a melee button. I wish there was a pistol whip I could do. That'd probably be the most effective meta in this game, is just walking right up to people. Oh!
Grenade?
Yeah, this game does have grenades. Let's see if I have... Oh, well. I'll switch to another character real quick. Maybe one of them will have grenades. Yep, there we go. Hopefully that wasn't my only grenade. Hopefully there's still a grenade left for me over here. Yep. They don't seem very effective. It seems like the splatter has a very minimal radius. Oh, got one. Ugh. How many more eliminations? How long does this go on for?
Now, is there anything in paintball rules that says you can't use a paint sprayer?
Well, nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't play paintball and use a sprayer.
Now, I probably wouldn't have a dog play paintball. That seems kind of mean.
I mean, it depends on, like, you know, their skill level, I guess. I mean, it depends on how, you know,
Yeah.
excited they are for it. I mean, would you deny a dog who wanted to play paintball the right to play paintball?
You're asking a hard question here.
Hit.
All right, now I'm just in their spawn at this point. I feel like I've pushed it all the way into their spawn. I can just spawn camp them, maybe. Which there's got to be rules against. I know there are in, like, airsoft and paintball, but if you go into a spawn, you get fouled out for spawn camping. Oh, there we go. Ictor!
You think they could put a little color into that one?
All right, so
For what is ultimately a colorful sport.
Oh, we can put all those points in speed.
Okay, all for Quick Billy.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess the points. It's not just on a per character base. I guess you do have to.
I was trying to tell you, but you were so excited to make Quick Billy quicker.
I mean, it's in the name. We could upgrade our guns potentially. Let's see here. We have the PGP. What if I wanted to buy the Grim Reaper?
Grim Reaper.
Oh, we only have $930. We're going to have to be a bit more. Oh, that's a cool looking one. That one.
Buy a nearly $3,000 paintball gun. Actually, how much do paintball guns generally run for? I ask as I open Google.
I'll get this gun. Accept that change. Any accessories worth getting? Canisters, paintballs. We still have enough, I think. I'll buy a little more for everyone just to have a little more. And why not some more CO2? There we go. So they still got those aspects of it at play, the refilling air and CO2. Oh!
Okay.
I want to be able to recognize our characters. Alright.
A paintball over $1,000 is not on. Paintball gun over $1,000 is not unheard of.
Not unheard of. More common than you might think.
Over 2,000, it's starting to be like, what are you, stupid?
Oh, there's a decent amount of customization there for a 2000 game. It's not exactly like Modern Warfare where there's perk system and equipment slots and whatnot, but, you know, it's something. We won that. Junkyard, West Coast Gulch. Let's do one more in this game. Let's do the West Coast Gulch. Oh, we are fast.
I guess that's all what your skills all did for you.
Feel bad for those lumps over there with their 2 and 3 speed. I have 57 speed or whatever on this character.
Hit.
It didn't save me. It didn't help as much as you might think.
Hit.
Okay, so I looked up the best paintball guns in 2024 from the website Paintball Ruined My Life. And, you know, I feel like this guy, like, he would probably be pretty bitter about it, all things considered. But yes, the best paintball tournament gun that he lists here, or one of the best out of 2, is a $1,700 paintball gun.
That's
the other
couple
one
bucks.
The other best tournament gun he lists is $1,000.
I know airsoft guns can be fucking expensive too. Believe it or not, having a hobby is expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hello, we are video game players and preservationists.
Yeah, welcome to hell. Not recommended.
Hit.
Okay. I feel like all our other characters really are a disadvantage versus Quick Billy here. Really the only character I want to play as at this point. You only really need one strong character. The rest of them you can just tell like to stand around at base, and that'd be the ideal way to play, probably. The ideal way to game the AI, so they're not getting, you know, free kills on your dumb AI teammates. You're just waiting the requisite 10 seconds for your main guy to respawn.
We were talking about how expensive like airsoft and paintball and video gaming can be, and Kusi brings up a good point that Warhammer exists.
Yeah. Anything with painted figures, I hear, is, get up there. Having known a few folk who pursue that hobby.
You have to, like, if you get into Warhammer, you have to, like, get into acting, apparently, as a career to just pay for your addiction. You know, your Henry Cavill, your Josh Strife, Hayes.
I forgot that Josh Strife Hayes does acting.
Yeah.
Very easy to forget that fact when all you do is all you know them for is YouTube, you know. One frag to go. Illegible. It's just completely. They gave up on even trying to like make text you can read.
It might as well have been like a purple and black checkerboard.
We defeated the Grungers. The name of that team were the Grungers. That was Ultimate Paintball Challenge. Also known as Extreme PaintBrawl 3. Strong showing there, I'll say. Definitely, we've played worse tonight. So that name of the game was Ultimate Paintball Challenge. Are you ready for some Ultimate Paintball? Oh, that's the wrong image. Let's try loading just the image directly. My slideshow thing. I'm still learning how to use the OBS slideshow function. And I'm betting that it's not meant to be used in the ways I'm trying to use it. Okay, Ultimate Paintball. This is not part of the Extreme PaintBrawl series. This is a Game Boy Color game from the year 2000, developed by Morningstar Multimedia and published by Majesco. So we'll get this up and running momentarily.
I prefer Faceball, where you shoot faces at people.
Baseball is a classic.
Baseball was.
Baseball on the Game Boy is definitely a classic of shooter.
Didn't they try to get one of those, like, at some convention, they actually tried to make a 16-player Game Boy Faceball?
Yeah, I believe
happen?
Jeremy Parrish was responsible for driving that, if memory serves, and I don't believe it actually works.
I was about to say, I think it didn't work, if I remember correctly.
I want to see that title screen one more time for this game. Wait for it.
This one? Oh.
Garish. I mean, it's impressive that it has that many colors on screen at the same time on a technical level, but it doesn't really do much for the aesthetics, I will say. Novice, intermediate, or hard? Let's do novice. Let's start on novice. Select paintball color. I'll be purple. Okay. Looks like the computer team... I guess you go around this map and you position your flag, and presumably we have to find... I can't put it in the lake. It doesn't let me put it just in the body of water, unfortunately. I'll just put it way back in this corner. Alright, get ready. Are we, like, picking where we deploy here, or... Oh no, this is just how you move on the world map. This is just...
Oh!
Okay, is someone attacking us? Are we... It cuts
were you
to this
forced
screen.
into this? Okay, so you were forced into this screen. Wait, were you put in this screen just because there's an item on the ground that you could pick up?
Oh, that must be it. I think it's select to back out. Let's get into an actual encounter. Oh, these ones can shoot us from off screen. Toss a grenade, deal with all these people at once. And the arrow is handy for showing you where enemies are lying in wait. Someone hiding right there.
Yes.
It'd be great if they would pop their head out. You know what? Oh!
Not worried. Oh, no!
Both had the same idea at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think looking away from the grenade would have worked.
Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all the enemies. And now there's an arrow, which must point to where their flag is. That must be, like, how you figure out where the enemy base is. How do I even exist? Redeem day, say something nice. I don't have anything bad to say about this game necessarily so far. I mean, it's trying something relatively ambitious for the hardware with the first-person scrolling. I mean, granted, there's been more technically advanced games than this, but...
Here's something nice I have to say about this game. I have nothing bad to say about it so far.
Yeah, that's something nice. That counts, right? I just deserve at least partial credit for that.
Tell my wife I said hello.
Shooting works well enough. You can, like, there's a little bit of momentum, so if you get good at this, you can sort of, like, let go on time and know, like, where it's gonna land, or you can do, like, strafing shots, drive by. There was no arrow that time. And then no one we bumped into here that would necessitate this, unless there's just another item on the ground.
Are you sure the arrow isn't just like, hey, these are where enemies are?
No, because this is about capturing the flag. And I presume they have to give
on the
some
maps.
sort of hint.
No, well...
Oh, we can't even go left or right on this screen. Oh!
You have to shoot them out of the air.
Well, that's an idea.
You're being attacked by Dragon Quest slimes.
I had to reload my gun, so I couldn't get them all. It's cute that you have to cross the bridges, that you can't just go across the water. Oh, some health. Don't mind if I do. Still no idea where this flag could be. Giving us plenty of supplies, though. Still not an enemy encounter, still just loose. Or not even. Oh, there we go.
Now, is it against paintball rules to make your entire outfit hydrophobic?
You know, I think there might
the
be
paint
something.
just, like...
I think it wouldn't be. At the very least, it wouldn't be sportsmanlike.
Listen, on the field of battle, there's no such thing as being sportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's live or die out there in these paintball fields.
I really think those arrows are just, this is where the enemy is.
Well, the arrow at the top of the screen absolutely is, but let's see if there's an arrow after this match. I'm talking about the arrows on the overworld. It is the arrow
on the overworld? On the overworld, I think that's just, hey, this is the direction you're heading.
No, good. Look, there was a couple people we killed where. Do we just have to scour every?
Unless there's some other arrow you're seeing that I'm not, the arrows that are like...
There were a couple arrows that when we won the combat encounters, it dropped an arrow on the ground as a tile on the map that pointed in a given direction, which I presumed personally
that I didn't
be...
see.
Yeah.
That I didn't see.
But they have not dropped any since. So I am lost.
I see... Wait, what? There's flag 1. Do you have the flag?
I don't think I do. I presume it would have, like, had a screen that told me. Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
I see it. I see it. Yeah, okay.
And then these arrows here that are, like, lighting up.
Yeah, the ones that are lighting up, that's like, this is the direction you're heading. Or this is the direction the screen can scroll. But... I mean, are the flags, like... hidden?
They must be, because we hit our flag in the bottom right corner.
In real paintball, they're like, okay, both teams have flags, and you don't know where they are. Good luck.
I guess that would depend on the game mode. I guess that would depend on the rules of the match type. Down. I can go down.
Which is, okay, so down is definitely not where that other arrow would have been pointing. Alright, I'm going to investigate this. What is this game called?
Ultimate Paintball on the Game Boy Color. Yeah, it must just be that you have to find, like, some hidden tile that you just have to keep going around the map until you accidentally stumble on the enemy base or whatever. It's pointing up. I can press A to enter into... So maybe this is how you check to see if, like, a spot that you have to, like, go up to every tile and investigate it like this. which would be truly nightmarish. Let's do a full 360 spin. Now, I presume they would have put it somewhere around here. Oh? This might be... I didn't press A this time. This is either an item or the flag is somewhere here, maybe. Nope, it's just an item. Fuck!
Okay, I have the instruction manual.
Alright, lay it on me.
Alright, I'm looking it up. Marker screen game setup. Computer will hide its flags in the upper half of the playfield area, so going down is not going to help you.
Okay, upper half. Oh, wait, hold, oh, look! Bottom left is flashing right now.
Ah.
Right, not this tile specifically, but I think we're in the vicinity now. It's gotta be somewhere around here. Do I have to literally go...
No, okay. No, okay. That thing, the message area, when the location of your flag is under attack, this area will flash.
Oh, god damn it. So it's not even a hint.
You must... Yes, you must then locate which of your flags is currently under attack and proceed to that location before it's captured.
This game sucks.
Okay.
I mean, this is for a handheld thing. If you want some first-person shooting on the go, I guess this is maybe fine if all you want to do is just get into the battles.
You were right about the arrows, though. It says, once you return to the match room after engaging in combat and clearing an area, a hint arrow will appear for a short time. It will point in the direction of the closest hidden opponent flag. And then once you have located an opponent flag on the combat screen, you simply need to move to your marker site to it and press the A button to capture it.
But that requires finding it in these zones, though.
Yes.
This is brutal. How many tiles is this map? How big is this map? I guess that's my question.
By the way, do you even know where your own flags are? Because your flag is getting attacked, and it just says find which flag.
I know mine is in the bottom right corner of the screen of the entire map. So I could theoretically go there and defend it, but no.
Okay.
Okay, so it has to be up from there, but down from there. So it's...
Yes, because it's pointing towards the closest flag, so...
It should only be one flag.
Really... No, there's multiple, according to this.
We only put down one flag for our team. So I think maybe on the harder difficulty levels, there's more flags to find, which just sounds like a fucking nightmare to me. Whatever, just toss grenades. When they're hidden, I don't even want to deal with them.
It says there are multiple flags.
I'm telling you, that's definitely like a higher difficulty thing.
Oh, it says the computer will hide its flag parentheses S. So
yeah, so it could be one or more depending on the difficulty.
But considering it says those arrows are pointing to the closest flag, and like they point in wildly different directions, like I don't know. Because, like, one of those arrows was pointing up and to the right, and then, like, you went a few paces that way, and then it was pointing down into the right. Or down into the... yeah.
It's just really bad signposting. It's just doing a really bad job of telling us, like, the vital information of this game. And that is, like, a cardinal sin. Wait, hold on. It made some sort of sound. Oh, I'm gonna rewind, because I want to hear what that sound was. I want to see if... Okay.
Did you get a life?
Oh, wait!
Oh!
We got it!
Yay! We figured it out.
Write down
Here's
that
your
password for later.
Would you like to see the final level?
No. You know what?
Okay.
We'll leave that one to the paintball scholars, the real paintball historians. We're just tourists in this paintball scene right now.
I mean, at this point of the night, we're dangerously close to being that ourselves.
Well, let's go to our next game, why don't we? Continuing down our lesson here in paintball and the history of paintball. This is Paintball Heroes. This is a 2002 game. This was developed by Load Inca Gold Ltd. And published by Green Street Software. I believe this was a European, German release specifically, but it is in English. It is provided in English to us. This one is a pain in the ass to capture. I'm just going to have to give you my screen capture. I'm going to have to do a display capture for the stream. So, if you see my desktop for a minute, sorry, but you got to do what you got to do here.
Oh, you meant for Twitch. They need to see.
Yeah. Let's launch this. Does it say I need DX window here? No. Okay, yeah. So it should be just fine. Never mind the squished aspect ratio. I know what I'm doing here. It'll compress this so that when this launches, it'll be 4:3 for folk. Here we go. Paintball Heroes. Presumably that's what the box art looks like. That's a cute little developer splash screen there.
It feels like the start of a music. It feels like the start of a music video.
Right?
Yeah, I'm seeing this.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure everything was working. Paintball Heroes. This menu, where the buttons can like literally run away from you because of like the way it moves. That you could be like clicking on something one frame and then it runs away from you on the next because this weird distorty effect they were very proud of. This is adorable. Playability wise, you know, awful. User experience, non-existent. But let's do some tactical research.
I'm Headful says same menu as Midnight Racing.
I wonder if it's the same mention. Double the trouble. Description: single, living in Flatshare, studying to become an engineer. I'm glad they have character bios. Ginger lives with parents, studies medicine at university. Motto: beware of the redhead. Four Fingers. Motto: live and let die. Living with his parents, still in college. They're just like naming and shaming all these dudes. Yeah, this guy still lives with his parents. Well, this guy, single student. Yeah, single. Yeah, good luck, you know, changing that status. Fancies himself a gambler. His motto is play your cards right. Let's tell you exactly.
Singular student. One student.
Just married. No children. Works as a fashion consultant.
No children? Come on, get on the ball.
Married with 3 children. Truck driver. Motto: I'll do my best.
3 children? Who you're trying to impress.
So, I'm glad they have those character bios. I wonder if they'll have actual, like...
TT-75. This is an average gun for range and accuracy, but a bit slow in firing due to the pump action. Better guns are available, but choose this gun if you're looking for a challenge.
Okay. So hard mode this gun.
This gun fucking sucks. We don't know why we included it. I'm sorry.
This is a great gun for distance and accuracy. The rate of fire is weak for a semi-automatic weapon, but still better than either of the pump guns. This would be the ultimate gun for a sniper defending the base or going on attack.
I'm not going to listen to all these voiceovers. Let's see how many guns there are.
Semi-auto Rogue 1, pump action TX 100.
Semi-auto Rogue.
Semi-auto Goliath 125.
All right, so there's that many guns. I forgot to actually count. But, you know, we get descriptions of the arenas.
How do I even exist this? This is the trippiest menu I've ever seen for a game. I could imagine getting high and just hanging out on this menu screen, vibing, and never play the game.
Rocks and trees to provide protection. The middle of the arena is dominated by large buildings, mostly warehouses.
Why don't more games just have some announcer do this? Like, oh, by the way, this map, and this gun is great, and this map, you know, you really want to play in the center of the map. It's adorable.
Several levels inside. Connected.
So let's see some of the maps here. Bunker Hill. The Gloomy Woods.
Dark surrounding. Irish Forest.
The Irish Forest.
Small circular forest. Hilltop Village.
The Hilltop Village.
Ghettoville. This is a very difficult map to
What?
It's like a small city consisting of large condemned buildings. Wide open without much cover. Only the occasional cargo box and a few oil barrels. This makes it very tricky to safely make your way from building to building. Inside the buildings on the other
I want to see if he says the name of the map again.
By hiding behind boxes, tiptoe over tables and bars. A good tactic for this map is to stick close to your teammates and very methodically track down your opponents.
Yeah, I guess not, thank God. That's, hey, day.
Game's like a Newgrounds game.
I wasn't aware that was in this version of the game. I thought the map name... We'll get to that later. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, it's this game. Okay.
Yeah, okay. We're on the same page. Audience is behind, but that's all right. That's the way we like it. We have some game modes here. We can have a clash with our friends over LAN, so if you want to get your computer, if you want to get your copy booted up, and I got the Ethernet cord all the way from wherever I am to wherever you are. How about some capture the flag? That feels classic to me. I already prepared my character. Cass Cassidy, please don't hurt me is my motto. I'll take the best gun, and I'll play on any map that isn't the one.
The other one, yeah.
Well, let's do the Hilltop Village.
I mean, actually, all of these location names are just going to be the locations they use in the next Dark Souls game.
1.
All right, here we are. That's a busy UI.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we could use some more information on screen.
Is the crosshair big enough for you? Do we know where our bullet's going to go, give or take? Oh, no, there it goes. Whoa! Whoa.
I believe this was the prototype for
the Red Dot
Suicide Squad. No, I was going to say Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
I was going to say this is where they got the idea for the Red Dot sight in Resident Evil 4, the way it dynamically adjusts based on distance. There's no jump, so holding down the spacebar just does this.
Now, did you name one of your people James Bond, or is that just part of the game?
No, that's just part and parcel to the game.
I feel like you're not allowed to do that.
Get out!
2. 1.
Oh, that's right, this is capture the flag, not elimination. Okay, I need to actually find where that enemy flag is then in this case.
You just have a bloodlust.
I mean, that's whenever I play a video game, one of these first-person shooters. Paint lust. I want to bathe in blue. Alright, where's this flag gonna be? Also, there's like some junk, like, when I'm sprinting. Yeah, look at this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And we can, like, see through walls at certain angles. That might be modern rendering. I mean, this is running through DG Voodoo again, or, like, some arcane combination of stuff that I had to do to get this up and running, so who's to say how much of this? But also, I know that this game is not particularly well reviewed. Most of the games we've played tonight, by the way, reviewed poorly. Even the good ones.
Really?
Yeah. Believe it or not, reviewers are inherently against the idea of a paintball video game. Now, one problem I know with this game is that in Capture the Flag specifically, that as soon as you kill people, they respawn, like, right behind you, basically.
2. 1.
Another personal kid.
Ay.
I like all the ways they have of phrasing someone got shot down there. Scorpio's a sitting duffer cast. Samba feels Cast's power.
You gotta
Dodgy
love
sends
good kill
Cast off the
messages
field.
in the console there. Jesus Christ.
Absolute tangent, but didn't Quake 3 have a thing where if you were playing against AI, you could type in chat and the AI would reply?
I mean, the AI had, like, canned responses to stuff. It wasn't necessarily to you chatting. It was just, like, on death or, like, on winning a match or getting kills. They would have auto messages.
I thought I remembered something about, like, it would, like, not intelligently, but it would, like, respond to chat messages.
Maybe there's, like, some sort of thing for just, like, respond to, if message in chat, then pull from this pool of messages just randomly. It could very well be the case.
Yeah, I don't remember if that's real or if, like, that's, like, someone's fake video or something that I had seen.
Red scores, baby.
Oh, Shining Wing Key says they do respond to chat messages. Okay. And D-Series says, you know, this doesn't look too bad.
This is pretty bad. I'd say, you know, it's functional more so than some of the games we've played tonight, but in terms of, like, being engaging, like, the customization definitely isn't there. It doesn't have the management aspect. It's only these quick play, like, sort of match settings. It's like, you pick the game mode, you pick the map, and all the rest is...
It looks like somebody needs to...
say something nice?
Yeah.
Well, I just realized I don't even have any of this stuff. There's no pop-up for say something nice in the actual... So people just have to take our word for it. I'll figure something out.
We'll need to find the right sound clip, yeah.
Yeah. Say something nice about this game. You move quickly enough. You shoot quickly enough. Everything being, like, you know, they say all the guns are semi-auto, but they're clearly all full auto, because you just hold down the trigger for it. And it fires like this, so... You know, it's quick. It doesn't waste your time, let's say.
Hey, can I suggest something for the sound clip for Say Something Nice?
Go for it.
You can shut up now.
That doesn't... That won't work for it.
Yeah. Like, we're saying bad shit about it. You can shut up now.
That's too contextual. They would have to be like... Okay, how many points... There we go. Red scores. Red wins.
We got a lot of inside jokes and memes over in the Bad Game Hall of Fame Discord.
A lot of soundboard clips. Alright. That was a successful match. Let's try a different game mode. I want to see some of these other game modes. Play now. Assassin, Attack Defend, which I think is the Siege mode, Free for All, Capture the Flag, Arcade. Assassin is, I think, the unique game mode to this game. So naturally I want to give that a shot. And you know what? I gotta know. Sorry. Let's see this fucking map.
Wasn't there like a McDonald's map in like Counter-Strike that was named something similar?
Yeah, probably, knowing Counter-Strike, like 1.6, like user map names. Right, I don't know if I'm the assassin, I don't know if I'm the bodyguard, the VIP, whatever. All I know is I just want to shoot people. Which is basically what this mode's going to amount to anyway. Why is there still a flag here? This isn't Capture the Flag. I grabbed the flag, though, for whatever that's worth. Oh.
3, 2.
All right, so you have to hit the VIP multiple times. That's the gimmick in this mode. They have some extra health, as it were.
We actually got some suggestions from the chat for Say Something Nice sound clips.
Lay them on.
How do I even exist? Suggest Grimbeard's.
Good. 1.
That could work.
Magic Now suggests the Mortal Kombat Friendship announcer line. Friendship again.
We can look at those. We can look into those.
Yeah.
Yes, this is
top of our priority list
a
for
team
playing out
deathmatch.
this stream.
Yeah, this team deathmatch was an extra step, I guess, or less step. But you can just target the president and immediately get the win. Do you hear that?
I mean, that's what a
that buzz.
Yes.
That's just. It must be like in the CD audio. It must have like just a hiss in it. That's the track or something.
Was that? That might just be like ambience for the song, like a drone in the background. This game is very much vibes, especially these menus.
Yeah, this is certainly something. This Paintball Heroes. I think we've seen everything we need to see of that one. Oh, and I can stop sharing my screen there now. I'll leave the screen share open for you just because I think that's going to be easier than me switching back and forth between all these things. So, addendum to that game. Here's the thing we were referencing earlier. So, if those of you who have read our Lula 3D article, badgamehallofame.com/Lula-3D, may remember a company by the name of Red Fire Software, which was Karsten Wieland after he left the companies that had developed the Lula games. He made his own company, Red Fire, which trafficked in adult games. They had a series called the Babes and Balls series, where they had a Dead or Alive knockoff like beach volleyball game where all the women are straight up topless. They had a beach soccer game with a similar vibe. And then they had Gotcha Babes Extreme, which is a reskin of Paintball Heroes. They bought the license to it, or bought like the code for it. Took the exact same game, exact same maps, exact same game modes, exact same music. Everything identical, save for 2 key changes they made. Number 1, they made the female ladies topless. So they're running around with their goggles on, their masks on still, but they're just bare breasts out, bouncing about as you play as them. And 2, whenever you complete a match, you are rewarded with a video file of some lady in a warehouse, presumably a paintballer, but actually a pornographic thespian, who does a little striptease for you. And So that's your reward for winning matches. It'll just load one of those videos randomly. Or you can just also, you know, go into the disk, you know, just like load it up in File Explorer and just find a folder where all 5 of those videos exist, and just like copy, drag those onto your computer and just have them for if that's your specific kink is paintballing girls. Girls with paintball guns, like gesturing towards the camera while topless. There you go. Your needs are sated in that way.
Granatag asks, what about the dudes? Crotch out. No, the dudes are clothed, I believe,
unfortunately,
right?
the dudes are just fully clothed, so it's very one-sided.
How do I even exist? It says, I arrive at the paintball venue. Gun loaded. Tits out. I am forcibly escorted from the premises.
So that's gotcha. Babes Extreme.
And last one, Bestiary says mod to give the men tits too.
Goddamn right. I tried. My plan initially, let me say this before I get to the next game. My plan initially was to play Gotcha Babes Extreme on here, and I was going to modify it so that the ladies with their boobies out had like pasties on that were just like the Bad Game Hall of Fame trophy. But I couldn't figure out how to modify this weird, like whatever proprietary engine Paintball Heroes and Gotcha Babes Extreme share. I couldn't figure out how to find like the texture files and draw over them, so I couldn't do that, unfortunately. So instead, here we are for Extreme PaintBrawl 4. This series is still going at this point in 2002.
So they've decided not to shy away from the name with this one. Then,
no, they went from ditching it for Extreme Paintball 3, that being Ultimate Paintball Challenge, and they just call this one Extreme PaintBrawl 4. So there's no Extreme Paintball 3 that you can find. This one is developed by Cat Daddy Games and published by Activision Value. So they, at this point, they've dropped the Head Games branding and are just embracing the Activision logo on this. So we will get this loaded up momentarily. Do I have any instructions for this one? Yeah, okay, I need to launch this one in DX window. I can do that. Wait. No, that can't be right. No, it shouldn't be DX window for this one. Oh yeah, I was reading the wrong line. Okay, I just need to mount the image for this one. Sorry. I have a list. I have a Google Doc that I have open. A little bit of inside baseball. I have like little launch instructions for each of these games to make sure that the ones that require like third-party applications or mounting ISOs, I know which ones are which. You know, it only helps so much. Oh, this one launches in full screen too. Can I just do a general capture on that, hopefully? No. Huh. Oh, it crashed when I alt-tabbed? Oh, people can hear the music. I think I might need to do display capture for this one again. That's odd. I remember launching this one successfully earlier. Well, whatever. Let's just do it. Hopefully this will work. No, that's my Google Doc. There we go. So, presumably folks are seeing this at home. Are you seeing this too, Charkie?
I can see it, and I can see it on the Twitch stream.
Alright, very good. Alright, so this is Extreme PaintBrawl 4. Let's go into the tournament mode here. I'll create a new team. We'll play on medium. Enter name. Let's call ourselves the Hall of Famers. Alright. Hey, we have some teammates here. Let's scout some new players.
Some familiar
Rapid Jim,
teammates.
Quick Roger, Flash Scott, Duck and Billy, etc. Let's be Rabbit Sue, why don't we? You know, I'm not even gonna bother with. Let's just.
This is a familiar UI too. Slightly different font.
Oh, I already ran out of money. I may have fucked up already. Which of these players costs money? I guess I gotta. Let's go. Let's.
Well, you don't get your funds back. You don't get your funds back.
Oh.
You just gave him a bunch of money and told him to go home. You're the fucking Mr. Beast of paintball.
I think I fucked that one up. Well, let's not do tournament. Let's just do an instant action instead. Yeah, sure. $60,000. We can do whatever the hell we want here. All right. Let's take a look at some of these markers here. Slug, Therminizer. Some cool guns here. Very similar looking. Oh, the Grim Reaper being the ultimate gun. Interesting.
Negative $700.
Oh, it's a tracks, you know, I think is what they mean to say. Let's just give everyone, since we're doing this mode, let's just give everyone a good gun. Who cares? We have infinite money, right? All right, I accept those changes.
Okay, never mind.
Accessory screen here. Yep. Very familiar. So I guess they really just had like well established. They knew what they wanted out of this game at this point, right? Let's look at the outfits. Oh, some slightly different outfits here. In that I think there's less outfits than there were initially.
One of them was named... Wait. When you were going through names, was that specific people, or was that you choose your person's name?
Well, you have the people that you can recruit, then you can also rename them if you so chose.
Oh, okay. So
these are the
your
default
current
names
roster,
we have
you were...
here.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready to play. Let's look at these maps. Military base, indoor arena, prison, junkyard, West Coast Gulch, crypt, forest fortress, office, construction yard, speedball, movie theater, winter forest.
Okay, I'm thinking... Oh, God, no, wait. I was about to say movie theater, but I see crypt.
Well, I guess we'll do the crypt then. Capture the flag. Number of hit outs. Let's just do one flag capture.
I feel like I want to see crypt and movie theater, if that's an option.
Oh,
Ooh,
I see what happens.
That's
here.
interesting. How does that look on stream?
Bad.
On Twitch. Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah, give me a second. I think I can fix this. I think I can resolve this. There we go. Resume game. My mouse is constantly moving up, so I have to correct for that. So this game just has like a bunch of launch issues. In case you haven't figured out what the issue here is, what this game is just Extreme Paintball 3.
Goodbye textures.
Yeah, this is just a bugged version of 3. Maybe on release it wasn't bugged, but clearly the way we're playing it, the junky way in which this DG Voodoo 2 is. But okay, what was I trying to say here? Yeah, this is just Extreme Paintball 3. They just re-released it. They changed a couple of the textures in it. But otherwise, this is like... I mean, again, these textures aren't supposed to look like this. This is just like issue with the game, issue with the rendering.
This feels like something you download on itch.io under like #haunted.
I mean, we're on a crypt, so if any level is, appropriate for it, it's a ghost gun. Woo! Yeah, just the same game. Just the same game. In the same way that Gotcha Babes Extreme and Paintball Heroes are the same game, these are the same game.
Yeah, but new map.
No, this map exists in the previous game. We just didn't select it.
It did?
Yeah, we were playing the tournament mode, so we didn't have free choice of maps.
Oh, okay. I thought we did choose our map in that.
No, we had a limited selection because we were in the campaign mode, which this game also has and would have the same thing. But then I fucked up buying teammates, so it threw off my plan to just completely mirror the Extreme Paintball 3 Ultimate Paintball Challenge experience. I think it's supposed to be capture the flag, but I can't be bothered to find the enemy flag. I can't be bothered to play much more of this with it looking like this and being as busted as it is.
That's fair enough.
See, even has the same...
I mean...
that same shit going on for it.
So, I think I wouldn't blame you for stopping here because it is literally a game we have already played, just actually broken.
Yeah. Yeah, very unfortunate, but what can you do? When it comes to these Windows games. These old Windows games. I just thought it was funny that there's an Extreme Paintball 4, and it really is just a third game again, but they brought back the Extreme Paintball branding for it for some reason. Inexplicably dusted that one off as if it was going to be one that, held any value in the markets. The next game on our list is Gotcha! Also known as Gotcha Extreme PaintBrawl, or Extreme Paintball, sorry. Don't want to get the different brands confused here. This one is interesting in that it was published by Gathering of Developers, who we've been mentioning a lot on stream as of late, at least in one region. You can see the Gathering logo there on the box. There's an alternate box for alternate regions. This is the European version, and I believe this is the North American box. I think this version was published by Viva Media, but developed in both cases by the same studio, which is 16 Tons Entertainment. Do I have any notes for this one? Yes. Use DX window. Thank you, past me, for informing future me. Let's get Gotcha Extreme loaded. And the interesting thing about this one is that it's a paintball game to be sure, but they were chasing after something. Whoa, wrong window. Chasing after a very specific game that was popular in the 2000s. I will have this on stream shortly. Here we go. So I want you to tell me when you figured out what game they're specifically chasing here. Probably not going to be able to tell from the FMV intro, but it has an FMV intro, which is new for the games tonight.
Take a look. This game's year was 2004. Okay, bear that in mind. Also, game's extremely tiny on my screen.
Yeah, it's all tiny on my screen. You're seeing it the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But this is one I can't hook into. It's a miracle I even have it on stream right now, so...
Actually, I can full screen it so I can actually see it the way you see it. Okay.
Alright, I want to... This one where I want to... No, I don't want to delete my profile on this one. I just want to play it as is. Okay. Like many of the paintball games we played tonight, there's instant action, then there's a league or tournament mode. Here's some settings for you in case you were curious what the settings in this game look like. I don't know. Huh? Keep those settings.
Hey, we need to document it. We need to archive these things.
Team Bull, the Mighty Markers, Turkle, El Nino, Yellow Squirrel, Orion Air Sports, Splashworks. I can't help but notice that it's the same like people, but in different configurations. Yeah. That all these teams like share like a lot of the same members in common. AR8, Cyclops Eyewear, Marota, K14, TNT Heavy Gear. There's so many teams for just like the same fucking 6 or 5 people, like repeated ad infinitum. Ugh, company.
There are also different countries for each one.
Isopop, Monoxid, DLM, Bento from South Korea, 99 Technics, Kentaro, Boldman. Oh my... Okay, we were almost at the end there. I gave up early. Name a country. I guess we could do USA. Should we do Cyclops Eyewear?
Sure.
All right, our first season our 1th season begins.
my first season begins.
All right, there's an equipment aspect to this. We can set their positions. We can pick their weapons here. Light standard marker with big ball tank. This looks like a shotgun. SMG. Pump marker. It's another type of shotgun. Let's just assume, hopefully, that everyone has a default weapon. Oh, there's even pistols, too. So there's pistols and primaries. Granted, there's only 2 pistols. A light and accurate pistol marker. Paint grenades. We can improve skills. There's some stat element here. We'll just keep everyone on default gear. I'm sure that'll be fine. Alright, let's get in game. Let's load those server modules. We're absolutely playing this one online, right?
Mm-hmm. GameSpy, so works. Wait, was this the GameSpy one or was the other one the GameSpy one?
I don't remember. Alright, we're in.
2004. Call of Duty?
I'd say this is trying to be Counter-Strike, is what this is mostly trying to be.
I mean, I guess it has guns, so...
Blue takes the flag. Yellow takes the flag.
It has sort of similar movement physics. Similar set of weapons. Oh, there's a referee here. That's an interesting touch. I guess they're observing to make sure there's no, like, untoward play.
Yeah, he can tell all that from back there.
Yeah, and, you know, so, like, you can win by either eliminating the enemy team or by doing objective, whether that's grabbing the flag or planting a bomb or whatever. Impressive soundtrack here. Oh. Having some mouse issues where it keeps, that's the problem playing these games in Windows that weren't designed to be played in Windows, but... Yeah, you know, having multiple hits, having these weapons do damage rather than just, like, you know, immediately outing them. Some of the font treatment stuff and UI stuff. Can I switch to my pistol? Let's see what this pistol looks like. Yeah, it's taking more hits with the pistol.
Yellow takes the flag.
This soundtrack does not feel very 2004 to me.
It's appropriate enough for the era.
I don't know, it feels more PS1 core to me.
Well, I just walked right into that one. That one's on me. We have to spectate. Oh, we can take over control though. Thank God. We can take control over one of the AI, so we don't have to just sit the entire round out. Crouching improves our accuracy, which is always nice. There's no knife we can switch to run faster.
Oh.
That is missing that.
It would be a paintbrush, I think, in this case.
I like that. That's a good idea. If someone decides to do a new paintball game in the year of our Lord 2024, pay us for that idea. Pay Charkie specifically.
We'll take payment in Twitch subs and Patreon support.
Paint! Paint! That's the lyric to the song, is just them chanting paint in different tones and volume.
Are they saying... I'll take your word for it, they're saying that. I have the volume turned down a little bit low, because to me it just sounds like, hey!
Oh, there's different fire modes. You can do alt fire on these weapons. So what, you can just semi-auto, there's full automatic. How many points until we win this match? Do we need to do like straight up like 9-10 wins to proceed here?
You know, the more I hear this music, the more I realize it is of the era. Because it sounds like a PS2 song more than a PS1 song.
I also like how the ghosts just linger around here to make the match even more confusing.
Blue takes the flag.
Oh.
Let me guess, your unfinished business is shooting someone with paint? Yep, that was it. Gotten one.
Yellow flag returns.
Thank God, we got our flag back. I don't know why this gun was set to semi-auto. Why would I shoot these guns in semi-auto when I could shoot them in full auto? There are games where it's advantageous to switch fire modes. This ain't one of them.
Yellow.
You know, I don't think I would ever become a ghost. Because if I had a bunch of unfinished business and I died, I'd just be like, oh, thank God. I'm out of here. See ya.
Oh, I came from behind. They have no recourse for that. Oh, there's grenades.
Yellow takes the flag.
I should probably try one of those. Assuming I didn't just win the match. Mercifully, you have a grenade key in this, so that's one big difference between this and Counter-Strike, is that you don't have to press like 4 on your keyboard to switch 2 grenades.
Oh. Chat has brought up that this sounds like the Prodigy, yeah.
Hate the pressure! Get the brush out and do something with it! That's my Prodigy parody. Thank you, I'll be here all week. I definitely know Prodigy songs, so I can definitely, you know, riff on that. Oh, we won. We really humiliated them.
Yeah. Nebula says, paint my ball up.
Bow! No. Wait, did we switch sides? We have to do another 5 minutes on the other side now of the map. You know, classic Counter-Strike.
I'm the paintballer, twisted paintballer.
Oh my God, these AI people switching to semi-auto is fucking me up.
Yellow scores.
All right, I want to see a different map. We can continue to. Yeah, I'm gonna count this as a defeat.
Blue win.
Really, still missing that Extreme PaintBrawl soundtrack.
Let's do instant action. We can pick our character. Oh, we can see the whole cast of characters here. Let's do that. We got Angus, Cyrus, Dan, Eco, George, Julia, Justine, Mia, Pandora, Ruby, Shihao, Tom, and that's it. And every team just being a combination, different combination of those characters.
That's every paintballer in the world. They got it licensed.
I'll pick purple. I'll keep those settings. Rules. Oh, you can set how many hits actually here. Let's just do 1. Let's do 1 5-minute match. Friendly fire on. Here's all the game modes on display. Kill the King. Let's just do a deathmatch. I like a good deathmatch in this. Let's see how many maps there are. The Embankment Dam in Argentina, the steelworks in the USA, oil rig in the North Sea, a fish market in Japan, a Mayan excavation in Mexico, a scrapyard in Australia, skyscraper USA, subway France, abandoned village Russia, ruined Scotland, and the Black Forest of Germany. Any of these stand
ruined
out?
remains of Scotland. Skyscraper, because I want to know if you're on the skyscraper or you're on the floor of the sky, or you're in the skyscraper, maybe.
We can pick our gun here. We can pick our primary and our secondary. Oh yeah, let's see what the AK equivalent looks like. That looks like it's probably the AK type. And then our... Yeah, I'll take a Python. Yeah, that looks good to me. There's no score limit on this, it didn't look like. Looks like it's just time. It's just whoever has highest score at the end of time. Wait, now it's 10 minutes, even though I set it to 5 minutes, like, very specifically. Alright, let's see if we can jump off the side of the building. Nope, they have grading up. Wait, no, here it is? Maybe? No? God damn it.
Ooh.
Wait, maybe we can jump out the window. Let me over. Let me... No! Alright, toss this game in the trash. Can we find anyone here? I also swear I set it to not just... I swear I set it to just one hit is all you need, but clearly it's taking multiple shots to kill these people still, so it feels like it just did not pay attention to any of the settings we specified for it outside of the map and the weapons. But I don't know.
You're
like,
just giving the game. You're just giving the game suggestions about what you wanted to play. It considered them.
And it decided, nah. Okay, you refill your paintballs if you manage to live long enough to expend them all. Spectate the other players if we so choose. I don't know, this isn't terrible. I can imagine people playing this online in a moment in time. That moment in time being like the week it released and not a day longer than that. You know, it's functional. It feels okay. If you're looking for a family-friendly alternative. I mean, that's the niche that these games really occupy. I don't think, like, paintballers, like, actual, like, hardcore paintballers will necessarily get much out of these games that they couldn't get from just playing these games out in the world, you know? Like, that's the rub with all these.
You ever see some games that have, like, a multiplayer mode in them, and your first thought is like, oh, that's ambitious.
Yeah, that's cute of them, is what I usually think. But, you know, if you're, like, a paintballer, you're not going to play some computer game. You're going to go out and fucking paintball. You know, like, weather permitting. Like, I'm sure you could, like, on a rainy day, you're like, well, I got to get my paintball fixed. So maybe that's, like, a use case for a game like this. But mostly, I think what this serves, what all these games have served tonight, is the crowd who wants to play first-person shooters but are too young to get M-rated games. And so their parents see family-friendly or just, like, you know, like, non-lethal. No, people aren't dying. It's just paintball, so you're getting all the fun of a first-person shooter. And I think there's a valid use case or, you know, reason for these to exist.
To be clear, it is less catering to those kids. It is more catering to those parents.
Okay, yes, that's a fair point, is that the kids aren't going to necessarily be thrilled, but, I mean, if you have a functional enough game like this one is, like, at least you can get, like, some fun out of this.
The kids know what they want, and it's probably not this. Probably, I will say. Although we've definitely gotten more to the point now where parents do not give a shit, for the most part.
Yeah. Also, like, I do want to say one note against this game, one thing against this game, the jumping definitely sucks. The gravity feels very weird, the momentum of jumping, like it slows you down when you jump. It's hard to convey bad jumping in a first-person shooter, like to articulate it, but this game has it. Also, this gun, like, fires, like, a certain amount of rounds, and then it just stops shooting, so it's almost like a 6 or 7 round burst. Let's count. 36. 12 round burst. Or you can, like, you know, go through it like that. So strange gun, strange firing. It must be like, you know, the CO2 canister only, like, powers so many balls before you have to swap that out, and that's their way of sort of mechanically conveying that. But something to look out for. Some of these guns might have, like, strange quirks attached to them, strange rules about using them. But all in all, like, this, I'm inoffensive, this game. Maybe something that I would have played if I did not have access to better games that this game was trying to rip off, you know? It's the nicest I can be about it.
Video Game King says, parents, they just plop their kids in front of Fortnite or Roblox. Listen, when I was selling games, both of those things existed. Both of those things were super popular. And I had a ton of parents coming up to me saying, like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto, please. And with them is their, like, 6-year-old. So, like, they're buying the M games.
Yeah, at this point in time. Next game is one that was recommended by Nebula in our Discord server that they turned me on to. This is Mission Paintball Powered Up, which is a plug-and-play game. A plug-and-play paintball game. This one I have a screen flash filter for, so hopefully it should... this is fair warning, there might be some screen flashing here, that this being a TV-like gun game would have had, like, screen flashing. I think this is also, like, an enhanced version of just, like, a Mission Paintball. This is the powered-up variant. This is the one that's available on MAME. This is the one I can actually play. You know, released 2004 according to my doc here, but 2006 within Launchbox. So maybe the original Mission Paintball released 2004. Who's to say? And there's no like real developer information on this. All we know is that it was published by Hasbro and Tiger Electronics. You can see the Tiger Electronics logo in the top left of the box art here. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Maybe there'll be some developer credits in game that we can possibly find. Probably not. All right. Tiger. Hasbro. Pull trigger to start. Oh, Hall of Fame. Let's see who's on here. Oh, well. Should have figured as much. Let's start a new game. Oh, boy, this seems like a nightmare. Oh, yeah.
Would you...
We'll do bad. There are buttons on the gun, like up, down, left, right, that you can use mercifully. That already exists. Oh, I must have played this already.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Stage number 1, A Walk in the Park. I'm not against the idea of plug-and-play games. I think they have their uses. I think they serve a audience, a market, especially one that's like a light gun. I would have not minded seeing more light gun plug-and-play games. I think that's a fun little way to encourage kids to use guns. I don't know what. I was saying it, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I shouldn't say that out loud. You have some amount of customization here.
Do you think at games are game preservationists for their efforts putting out perfect Genesis and Atari recreations? Or are they whatever the opposite of a game preservationist is?
Yeah, they're games destructionists. They're destroying the history of the medium, tainting our memories forever. They did do that version of Mortal Kombat, right? The plug-and-play Mortal Kombat that actually ended up being like pretty good.
I don't know if that was them or not. The fact that it was pretty good makes me think probably not.
So here's all the buttons on the gun. Slide on or off to turn the game on or off. Reload to pull back. Obviously, I'm just using a mouse for this. I don't have an actual one of these guns that I have hooked up into my computer to play with, unfortunately.
So this would have been a... So you're talking about flashes. So this was a light gun game?
Yeah, this was... You would plug this into your CRT television. The
2006.
Gun, or 2004. One of the two. I think people who are buying plug-and-play games would probably be like slow to update their TVs too. Oh, you can shoot these to get items if need be. We can take cover.
What is this music?
It's the best that you can get in a plug and play, where you have like very primitive sound drivers on it.
No, there was a melody there that sounded familiar. Not this melody, but
I assume I would shoot up here to use the grenade. Yeah. The grenade only took out one person. That's a lousy grenade. I thought that would be like a smart bomb and clear the whole screen, but no such luck. I should probably reload my gun, huh? There we go.
Yeah, take cover behind that little tree.
Good enough. Also, all these people are lousy shots in the first place, so... Maybe they get better over time.
I got rid of all my Time Crisis soundboards.
That's unfortunate. Well, let's try a grenade again. I'm gonna give it a second shot to impress me. Okay, took out 2 that time. One more than last time. I think for what this is... You go ahead first.
Oh, Paul said there were still plenty of CRTs being used at the time in like 2006. Yeah, they were on their way out. They were starting to be on their way out, but I guess they still would have been the norm.
I think for what this is fine. I don't think this is necessarily bad. I would have gotten enjoyment out of this as a child. I was not a child at the time, so I probably would not have gotten enjoyment out of it. But if I were a child in 2004, and not a teenager, not a sour, cynical teenager who had already played stuff like Doom or whatnot, I don't know. I think light gun stuff is fun. And I mean, I'm a sucker for this stuff. What can I say? So the idea of like a cheap and easy, relatively inexpensive, I would hope, thing you can buy for your kid just to plug into the TV and sate their bloodlust or their paint lust, as the case may be. You could do worse than this.
Replace their paint chip lust.
Oh, gun jam. I had to hit the reload button to unjam my gun. There's mechanics here.
Chad is talking about how long they had their CRTs. I am still upset that I don't have a CRT anymore, which was not my decision.
I have not had a CRT in decades.
I need a CRT, but...
I guess not decades, I guess singular decade.
I don't know where one would get a CRT besides, like, a thrift store.
Yeah, third party, like eBay, Craigslist, the like. Alright, mission 1 over. I just want to see if these levels are, like, markedly different from one another, or if it's just an endless forest. I will save that game. Forest Sniper, huh? Most of the enemy forces have been eliminated, but a few stragglers are hiding behind distant cover. Find them and use your sniper skills to take them out. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if this materially does anything different. No,
Oh. He said gone. I thought that one kid yelled, "I'm God!"
That'd be a strange choice for a game like this. Yeah, I think this is just more of the same. I don't think the sniper mode is materially any different. I don't know, it's still fun though. It's like, it's the same amount of depth as a Flash game when I'm playing with a mouse here. But having the peripheral in hand is the way I'm like imagining it. Oh, for God's sake.
Jay. I still hear it said, "I'm God."
I can hear it too. Busting open those things for items, as you do. Straight out of Gotcha, the sport on NES. I wonder how quickly I can clear the stage. Maybe the third one will be different, right?
I'm guessing the third one's going to be forest, and that's where we're going to stop, but it's the fourth one that's going to be a different stage.
Of course, with our luck.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that guitar?
Dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, I see. This is the actual distance shooting here.
Oh, look at that arrow. Maybe if you shoot that, you get into sniper mode. No? Okay. It's just telling...
Here we go.
Oh, there you are. Why are you shooting that rock?
Oh, you have to move the gun left and right.
Yeah.
So it's basically like constantly scanning the screen to see you. Like where you're aiming the gun relative to the screen. Oh, this is bad. I better off just doing this. Like infinitely better off just like... Oh, might not let me though. Might actually have to zoom in to hit some of these guys.
Yep. Can you aim downwards?
Yeah, there
Yes.
we go. Oh, this is bad. You can see me moving the mouse and trying to like line up shots there, but... Alright. Yeah, I'll save that progress.
Yeah, save that game.
Scrapyard!
There
Beware
we
of
go.
grenades! Alright, let's see. Can I change my marker? Can I afford one of these now? I have 1,249 credits. Let's do a new gun, why don't we? Let's see if it's materially any different from one we were just using.
Get ready.
Oh, we're still in the sniper mode. No, thank you. Oh!
There's also ladder mode?
Check this out!
Help? Wait, help? Who's
We
screaming
probably
help?
have teammates who need assistance that we can like back up if we... Oh yeah, check it out. Blue is our team, presumably.
And you shot.
Or no, I can just shoot them. Oh yeah, yeah.
Not me. So yeah, the friendly fire.
The problem is that they're facing us. So I assume they're shooting at us, but I think they're presumably supposed to be like shooting at...
They're just...
So there is at
They're
least
shooting
some
at the people
variety
behind
to this. Fend for yourself for a change. Oh.
Nope.
Well. Well, at least there's some varieties. At least we know that. Who's to say what else there is? Maybe there's a capture the flag mode in this where you have to like move across the screens to get the flag or whatever. There could be all sorts of hidden depth to this game that we're not going to see. Which brings us to some of the next games we want to mention here. Give me 2 seconds to prepare this. Because there's another mention-only showcase I want to do here. Wait, no. No, I don't. No, we're just going to jump right into the next game. Never mind.
Yeah.
In this next game, I'm going to play its Xbox version. There's a PC version that I could not get running. This is Splat Magazine's Renegade Paintball. Released in 2005 for the Xbox and PC. Published by Global Star Software and developed by Cat Daddy Games, who are also the credited developers of Extreme PaintBrawl 4. This is Extreme PaintBrawl 5, motherfuckers. It's not that in name, but it is a continuation of the series under new branding. I lied when I said there were 4 of these. There's 4.5, let's say. So this is the spiritual successor to the Extreme PaintBrawl series, continuing into 2005, God bless them. It's also a tie-in with Splat Magazine, which was a official paintballing magazine. But yeah, we're going to load this up in Zemu. Because the PC version just completely busted. Bear with me a second while I get the audio routed through the right channels. And hopefully get the visage of the game up. There we go. Paintball. Press start to begin. Let me get my controller in hand. Create a new profile. Oy vey. Like, I know you have to do something when you don't have access to a keyboard, when you can't assume that players will have a keyboard, but... all these different solutions for entering a name. Alright, here we go. You ready to select a character? We got Claire
Are
Benavides.
these actual paintballers, or do they just get, like, stock photos or, like, developers?
Might be real people. Classically trained pianist and violinist, martial arts trained in Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Kendo, and Capoeira. Chris IQ. Oh my god!
Oh.
This dude is so fucking cool. 23 years old, 8 years playing. Before his gig at Splat magazine, Chris was a full-time musician playing several instruments, including piano and drums. John Marquise Jr., 34 years old. Interesting fact, I always see girls naked, and sometimes it hurts.
This guy definitely has a YouTube channel.
Kat Gong. Her father legalized paintball in New Jersey and opened the first field in the States. So I wonder if you could actually look that up, and I wonder if that's actually true. I wonder if... I'm the nostalgia critic. I lost my hat, but I play paintball, so you don't have to. Marcus James Nielsen. Interesting fact, he's played on more pro teams than practically any other player live, and only at 24 years old. I guess he keeps getting kicked off of teams. I guess he alienates everyone that he... With that smiling face, with that angelic demeanor, I wonder why he's gone through so many teams. Nicky T. Truder passed up the chance to move to California and work for one of the top 3 leading manufacturers to play for the UK's best team, Nexus. Ninja. Oh, sorry, Scott Cresson. Fun fact, he started Hostile Kids. Not much to say about this guy. Doesn't have much accomplishments in his life, unlike the other people here. Shawnette Lee Taylor. Interesting fact, I competed in a yo-yo contest last month and lost. I hope to travel the world and do it for a living someday. This paintball thing's only temporary for her, you know? She has bigger aspirations in mind. A 13-year-old kid, Spencer Navu.
Won a contest to be in this game.
Interesting fact, owns over 15 high-end markers, so like Nepo Baby in the paintball community. Or, you know, maybe his parents are rich, just buying him whatever guns he wants. Alright. I think we gotta play as this fucking guy. Alright, we have career, skirmish, arcade, multiplayer, a field editor. Must be signed into Xbox Live to, But you can customize the maps to some extent? Maybe like placing obstacles in them and the like?
I couldn't find anything about how paintball was made legal in New Jersey, but I did find that Kat Gong is the founder of the first all-female paintball team, the Fallen Angels.
Through a series of challenges testing your skills against various teams and types of markers to see how you rank. The winner of each challenge will be determined by the team that takes the best 2 out of 3 rounds.
Alright, 2 out of 3, we can do that. This went to career mode, and this seems to be just a selection of different game modes and maps in sequence.
Your first challenge in the arena. It should be a fast-paced 3-on-3 elimination match. So
it should be.
Wipeout.
And take them down.
Let's figure out how this controls.
Round 1. Go.
Alright, good. I found the shoot button. That's probably all I need, right?
You know what the problem is with picking the coolest looking guy? It's a first-person game, so you don't get to see the coolest looking guy. Well, okay. Guess if you lose. Mind jack.
That was such a prolonged little animation for that. Not a little, a long animation, really. Oh my god. Do we still have a third guy? This is the hell that the Wachowski sisters created for us. Alright, so there's a lean button here, which probably is the intended way to... Oh, there we go. Oh, I see you.
Harry Mike.
Oh no, I'm on fire!
Stop,
it. Drop, roll.
Round 2. Go.
With the map creator in this... Oh! We traded.
Extreme Paint. This looks like that one laser tag thing they played in 2013.
This person was right behind me. We didn't need the full animation for that, of the...
all that camera work and shit actually kind of reminds me of Conflict and Night Ops.
That's a deep cut, but yes.
Is it going to be that guy right there?
There's a jump button. All right, there's prone. Because Baghead in the chat did ask, can you prone like the AI do?
They prone like they do.
I think I'm getting shot from over there.
You ever make a reference to something, you don't actually know what you're referencing, but you know you're referencing something, and that's all that counts?
No, I always know all my references. Gotcha.
I mean, for the longest time, that's what they fly now. They fly now was for me.
I win indeed.
That reminds me of something. How do I even exist? Said earlier, which is also what I ran into when you're asking about Cat Gong and if the New Jersey thing was real. They said it's really hard to fact check the Cat Gong thing because I just find threads about hottest female paintballers when I look her up. Which, yes, the only thing I found on her was from something that said, like, sexy paintball webcast.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was just pictures of women and, like, it had, like, one blurb about them.
I guess that's why Gotcha Babes Extremes existed. I guess there really is a market for that stuff. I'm going to say straight away this game is probably actually okay. I think the character selection is very funny. We got our mileage out of that, but this actually feels like a pretty functional game. This is the sort of thing that I would actually maybe play, believe it or not. Like, not for any length of time, but if there's, like, people playing this online, I don't know. This seems fine.
Yeah, how are the servers these days?
Yeah, well, considering it's original Xbox, considering it's the first Xbox, it's probably doing great. This is a King of the Hill mode, so it has all the requisite game modes. It has a decent variety of maps. This one's up there with the Gotcha, not the Gotcha Babes, with the other Gotcha game that we played. In that these games seem like fine substitutes for real first-person shooters.
Was original Xbox Live $10 a month, or was that in the 360 era?
Maybe the AI isn't great in this. Maybe the AI could benefit from a little more like work. But as far as the answer to your question, I don't know. I never had an Xbox.
Yeah, I had one. I just can't remember because I know I played some stuff online, but I don't know if I was paying $10 a month back then.
All right, I actually have to wait for the respawn. It's not just putting me in someone else in this point. It's like we're actually running back to the spawn and coming back, as you would in other variants of paintball. But we only have one more game after this for tonight. But it's another one that I do want to go into. Not like a Superman def. I'm not going to play through the whole thing, but I need to play at least a little bit of it to show off what it's about. But I'm also just kind of like, enjoying this well enough for what it is. It's playable. Do I have grenades? That's the question. That was a reload. That's crouch, prone, jump.
Oh, I haven't seen the AI use any.
Whoa!
Ooh.
These are all the different leans I can do.
I mean, that's the first thing I do in any game that lets you lean.
Ow. By Z0M813 Wyatt. Confusing name. I don't get it. Why is there a bunch of numbers in her name? Remember Elite Speak? Do people still do Elite Speak at all? Or is that just like, is that a dead art at this point? We're 3-id Bob. I'm loving all these usernames. I'm loving all these fake character names. Really getting the online experience in the 2000s simulated here.
You were asking if people still use LeetSpeak, and the answer to your question is Mega Tokyo is still updating to this day.
Oh, very good. That solves it then. That tells you everything I need to know.
The last update was in February, so
get on it, Mega Tokyo guy, whatever your name is.
Hey, why isn't his name like front center? It's like Fred Gallagher. That's his name.
I lost that first round. That's okay. I think we get the gist of this game. Let's move on to our last game for tonight. But before we do, this is the part I was gonna do like a last of the slideshow stuff. So bear with me a second here, while it inevitably loads the wrong slide. Yeah, that's the wrong slide. Perfect. Okay, here we go. In 2004, Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball releases for the Xbox. And this game is actually one of the few paintball games to get like positive reviews from critics. As a matter of fact, GameSpot nominated it in 2004 for their Most Surprisingly Good Game Award, which ultimately went to the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay. But the success of this game, which I think sold something in the neighborhood of like 200,000 copies, which is, a decent chunk for a game of this nature, but it proved, and you see Activision published it. So Activision kept trying with these damn paintball games, and finally it took making a not budget game for them to actually sell an adequate number of units. But this obviously started something of a series of Greg Hastings games, which we'll get to this one here, which will bring us to Greg Hastings Paintball Maxed for the Game Boy Advance. Basically, like, all these games like had like versions of every different console available at the time. So there's Xbox, PS2, there's Wii versions, some of the sequels. But what I really want to hone in on in this franchise is this Game Boy Advance entry here, which is a 3D first-person shooter on the Game Boy Advance, which means there's a special place in my heart. It's a very small class of games that exist in this space, but I cherish them all. This will be our last game for tonight. WXP, the whole experience. It's developed by WXP, published by Activision. Also developed by MachineWorks, apparently. Collaborative effort here. Start a new game. We have our choice of character. We can be either Keely Watson or Greg Hastings. I don't think this affects much, so I'll play as Keely. Let's go into the tournament mode. We have to qualify by completing the rookie mode first, and then we get into amateur, we get into pro. But we're just going to start from the start.
Music. Oh, this is Stop Skeletons from Fighting Corps.
Yeah, it's almost like I wrote about this game at some point, or like pitched it, and in my working with them on like one of their 3D Game Boy Advance videos. It is almost as if we have some amount of experience with this game. I mean, this is impressive 3D. I mean, it's one of the most 3D of the 3D first-person shooters on the Game Boy Advance.
Bounce, play on.
Play on.
There's that quick time event. Anytime you get shot at,
a bunch of lumps.
You have the chance to potentially dodge bullets, but every time you have to dodge another bullet, it becomes that much harder. You know what I mean? Like they.
Yeah, it didn't seem like you missed that last one though. This is just like, you ran out of chances.
No, it gets really fast at a certain point. But like also like once you dodge one, they immediately have a follow-up shot. So like it's ultimately kind of like pointless as a mechanic, because if the first shot doesn't get you, the second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth eventually will. Well, I was crouching.
These guys are huge. Oh, okay.
I want to get to a certain point in this tournament where they start introducing power-ups to the match.
You win.
They can't dodge shots, which is convenient for us.
This music between levels is so ominous. It's like drone.
Let's just run right up to him and see what happens.
Clean, play on, clean, play on, clean, play on. You lose.
Oh, Sober Dwarf in the chat. Hi, Sober Dwarf. Sober Dwarf says, I edited that exact video for SSFF for Stop Skeletons Fighting 2, and I remember having to even play it for footage, and I told Derek I wasn't going to charge him for the edit, but I would charge for the emotional damage. We're sisters in arms in that one. So I must not have written about this one for them. I must have just like... Because I think the video I did with them, which was like 3D GBA, was one that had like Spider-Man in it, and what's it called? The Polar Express. So I must be thinking of a different one. But either way, the skeletons know about this game. I know about this game. It's something that we've commiserated on in the past between videos.
Clean, play on.
You have to crouch to get them if they're crouching? Nope.
I move up to Rookie 2. Keeping this going because we still have not found the power-ups yet. And I'm expecting to be a big laugh moment when you see what the power-ups are called. We can strafen this. Whatever that's
Steroids.
You win.
Oh, we got it.
Methamphetamines.
Shining Wing Cutie pointing out those voice lines are seriously clean for GBA. Yeah, they put all their cartridge allocation towards high bitrate audio samples. God bless them.
Your team won.
Yeah, if I was that guy, I wouldn't stand up.
Well, that's what separates us from the rookies from the pros. Ominous music here now, too, not just the menu.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your team won.
Gotcha.
That's what the sport's called.
There we go! Power-ups available. BAWLS. 5-second speed up. That's right.
The drink?
The BAWLS energy drink. Let's find it in the field. Let's get our...
I miss BAWLS. BAWLS root beer specifically.
Here's my balls. There it is. Whoa, we're zooming.
Bounce. Play on.
We should be able to outrun bullets with balls in us.
Whoa, wait. Did you teleport?
Fully aware of what I'm doing. Can you see?
I think I was moving so fast. I had like the flash. Well, balls didn't save us on that one. You have a drink up. I don't have any balls energy, but hopefully tequila will do. Can you read Johnny Baghead's comment so I can respond to it?
Oh. Let's see. BD Dev, the two brothers team, seems to be the only ones who actually do good 3D on GBA, but are still very Y, though.
The Y is because it was impressive. It was a good marketing point to say that you were, like, delivering 3D on GBA. Because, I mean, like, the GBA and the PSP overlapped, remember? So it was a feather in Nintendo's cap to be able to say that they could do 3D on their console, too. So they absolutely, like, encourage developers to try that stuff out. And, you know, publishers for their own part also want to be the ones to market, to develop those games for this particular platform. I mean, I don't think it really helped any of them to sell particularly well. I don't think any of the 3D GBA games were necessarily platinum hits between that and Duke and X vs. Sever, you know, being tied into that movie license. Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. But, you know, it was an idea. It was a thought that maybe people would be responsive to 3D on the GBA. And it certainly is something that has inspired, Curio. I'm going to rewind that because I don't want to...
Bounce. Play on.
So, last year I went to the pharmacy museum here in New Orleans. And they had a section on poisons. Because you could specifically buy poison at, pharmacies a long time ago. And there was a thing that showed the bottles of poison, and it said, to differentiate poison from, you know, anything that you could actually drink and not die from, it was sold in blue bottles with, these little bumpy ridges on the edge of them. And if you looked at the bottles in the museum, they're just the bottles that BAWLS is sold in.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, this last one is make or break. If I lose this one, I will only won 2 out of 5 rounds in this tournament. If I win, it's 3 out of 5, and I presumably advance to the next tier. BAWLS Energy, save us. Wherever you are on the map. But yeah, this isn't, I don't know if this needs to be said or not, but this doesn't play particularly well. Believe it or not.
Your team won.
We did it! We're still in the rookie tier. Yeah, that's all right. This game goes on for a while. It has those tiers. You can get some trophies, presumably. Doesn't look like there's any link cable play, so that's unfortunate. But some voice acting, some quality voice acting in that. Some the 3D environments are genuinely kind of impressive. A lot of the 3D games on GBA did a lot of cheating, a lot of sprites for that sort of stuff. So there's something to that almost. But in terms of actually playing it, I mean, you know, it is what it is. All right, so that was our last game tonight. So for finishing off the show, I just want to show a couple more games to sort of close out the history of paintball video games as it stands. 2008 brought us NPPL Championship Paintball. 2009, this was a 7th and 6th gen game. 7th gen is like PS3 and stuff, right? Did I get the generation names right?
Yes, that's correct.
So it would be on those and then also like the previous generation. This one is apparently okay. I don't know, I didn't play it. But there was no follow-ups to this. There was no successive entries. There was no 2010 or 2011 or what have you in the National Professional Paintball League series. Shining Wing Cutie was a little late on saying something nice about Greg Hastings' Tournament Paintball Max on the GBA. Yeah, they said in the chat for the one you just played. Something nice about Greg Hastings' Tournament Paintball. The sound samples are really
BAWLS.
good. BAWLS Energy. It's good to see BAWLS Energy represented in one of those games, so that's something nice, I think. I said the 3D was sort of impressive for what it's worth. It's definitely better than Medal of Honor Underground or, you know, the likes of that. So, also you have this Championship Paintball. Doesn't really go anywhere. Greg Hastings continues. This Greg Hastings Paintball 2 comes out for everything, basically. And I think does moderately well, but there's no further follow-ups in this series either.
I will say, though, if you want to play this game today and you have a PlayStation Plus premium membership, you can stream the PS3 version of it. It is on that service.
Very good. So perhaps some of you in the audience can play it if you're so inspired, having seen so many paintball games tonight.
And if you're willing to pay, like, what, $160 a year for that service?
And then finally, the last officially released paintball game I can find is not really a paintball game at all. It is Deca Sports Freedom for the Xbox 360, requiring the use of Kinect. It has a paintball mode in it. Looks something like this. And that was in 2010. And there have not been any officially licensed or like big name paintball games in the decade and a half since. There's been like some stuff on Steam. I saw a game on there that's called like Paintball Online. And and people are going to mention Splatoon in the chat, which is, accurate enough. That Splatoon sort of is a paintball game for the modern era. Though it's a lot more than that, obviously. You're painting the maps, and that's not something you necessarily do in paintball, in a paintball field.
It'd be very expensive to do that in real life.
But ultimately, I think the sort of conclusion I'm working to here, the thought I have, is that paintball games...
bring them back.
Bring them back. No, genuinely. I think there's a merit to these sorts of games. I think, for as much as we joke about, kids not wanting these games, them being just the parents get them, kind of disappoint them. Imagine opening this up on Christmas Day, opening up a copy of Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball when you've been asking for Counter-Strike or Unreal Tournament or whatever the hell else would have been era appropriate there. There's you can still put effort into these. You can still develop one of these in a way that is makes it competent, that has a degrees of customization, the sort of progression hooks that people expect out of their games nowadays. They existed in some of these early games. There's even tactics elements to some of them. So, I can imagine something like a Rainbow Six Siege, but a paintball version of that, where you're busting down walls and...
Yeah, you still blow up walls and shit.
Why not, right? It doesn't need to be realistic. It doesn't need to be, completely grounded. Those gacha games are supposed to be, apparently, a little outside. Especially that one we played that was, very Counter-Strike-esque. That wasn't aiming for, realistic paintball action. It was just aiming for paintballs as the weapons. Which is ultimately, I think that's fine. I think there could be more of these. I would not mind seeing Greg Hastings make a return, or a gacha come back, or whatever else. Whatever one of these franchises would dust off. Want to give us an Extreme PaintBrawl 6? Why the hell not? At this point. But I also see... also, Shiny Wing Cutie did mention something that I guess I missed in my research, that Infinite Tournament Paintball on Steam from 2020 has licensed gear in it. So I guess that is officially licensed, but I'm assuming it's PC only. I think for these games to really break through, they still need their console counterparts. I wasn't mentioning which ones had, console counterpart, but a lot of them did that we were playing. The PC-exclusive ones are the PC-exclusive ones, but obviously that... Splat magazine game we played on Xbox. Gotcha Extreme Paintball also had an Xbox version. Greg Hastings games, 360 and otherwise. So there was those elements. They had that reach that we just haven't seen in a while. Because, I mean, Steam is obviously the biggest digital distribution platform on PC and definitely has a significant contingent of people playing on it. But I just don't know how well a paintball game would be doing on there necessarily. I think people who have access to Steam and have access to that full library, who are purchasing their own games, are probably going to purchase more contemporary, more fully featured shooters, if I had to hazard a guess. But again, I think there's room in the market for it. I don't mind family-friendly alternatives to popular genre games. And again, some of the games we played tonight were actually genuinely good, I think. That definitely, I would not have mind exploring more of those. But then some of them, the Extreme PaintBrawl series was, well, I mean, I love that for a whole different set of reasons. I love it in the way that I love like classically bad games. And I think Extreme PaintBrawl, the original, and the Squeakles, but especially the original, are definitely like poster child bad games. I think are ones that deserve the recognition, that deserve to be on that list of games notable for negative reception. That first one is a treat. I can always go back to that game. You can run through that, a full season of that in less than 30 minutes. And by God, I've done that at least a dozen times since I figured out how to get this game working. Maybe one day we will get that LAN working, we'll get that multiplayer working, and I can scratch that off my bucket list finally. But other than that, that's going to do it for us tonight. Consider subscribing. A lot of gift subs tonight, so much appreciated to everyone who is now subscribed. We would hope you would consider sticking around, joining the Discord, where if you have a subscriber on Twitch, a pledger on Patreon, or a Discord booster, you'll gain access to a Patreon Saints channel on the Discord, in which you can help vote for upcoming games that we will play through in their entirety, or other stuff that we're going to potentially put to poll. This Tuesday coming up, do we have something planned? I can't remember. We have something planned for Tuesday.
I don't think we have anything planned on Tuesday. We need to work that out. But Thursday, we're going to be doing our next user-voted game, which is going to be Limbo of the Lost.
Yes, we will begin on that journey. We will embark on that epic adventure this coming Thursday. Then we'll determine what next Saturday will be later. I don't know if we want to do another theme night or if we want to start on one of our next big projects potentially. So more news on that. We'll know for sure by next Thursday. But last thing to do, I suppose, would be to raid someone to see who's streaming. Oh, Dan Reichert is playing something called Pepper Grinder. That looks cute. They have a dog cam up in addition to a camera on themselves. And Dan Reichert is good people, so we'll toss some viewers their way. Not like they need it, but, coming from us. But in any case, I've been Cass.
And I'm Charkie.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for paintballing with us. Thank you for paintbrawling with us. And until next time, bye!
Good night, everybody.